whatever happens, happens.
Win some, you lose some. But you live another day.
But when Davis unleashed the power shots, there was only...
Yes, sir. Man, the time is here, man. What's popping with everybody? Kush, what's popping? Ill status, what's popping? Let's go, man. I have to go get my white paper, man. I was looking for my lighter, man. Time for some niggas. Like, I gotta keep it real, bro. We gotta keep it real, bro. A lot of these Earl Spence fans is turning into Capitals, man. But let me go on with the introduction, man. Salute to everybody for sliding through. Welcome to the Lost Art of Boxing. This is Cuter God. Yes, I am the kid that did the best that did it and got away with it. And we in this bitch, man, today, man. We pretty much gonna talk about what everybody else talking about, bro, man. The topic of the day is the Earl Spence versus Terence Crawford. Who fault is it for the fight not being made? A lot of people would seem to believe that it'll be Bud for some type of reason, like he making fights, like he the promoter, like he the network, when it ain't none of that. You know, he the one that sit back and get the offer. Damn, let me turn my cam on, bro. I'm over here talking, I ain't got my cam on, man. What's poppin'? It's good with everybody, man. So pretty much a lot of people out here thinking it's Terence Crawford's fault, and they mad. I feel me personally, man. I'm gonna just go read. I'm gonna read this article, man. I got a couple articles, or it ain't no articles. It's just clips of what his quotes that he got from ESPN when he went to holiday ESPN. Mike Coppinger called him, hit him up, saying what's up. That's what he said. Crawford called out Spence and his team for their Crawford deal. Quote, I was really looking forward to the Earl Spence fight. He stated, Earl Spence fight, he said. He started communicating with boxing manager Al Heyman back in June, and unfortunately, they represented a fighter in Earl who didn't want to fight as bad as I did. So, pretty much what Bud's saying, he been in talks with Earl and his team since June. You know what I mean? He been in talks with him with June. I guess they done went back and forth and maybe revised the contract a couple times and did it like so, but right now, it's just looking like people mad that he had somebody else he was in communication with, like they fucking married or something. Like I never knew when two people negotiate, you just gotta negotiate with him. You can't talk to nobody. You can't take no other offers. None of that. You know, Bud getting flack for that. Negotiating with two different people. But last I remember, man, Canelo was negotiating with two different people. You know what I mean? He was negotiating with Showtime. He was negotiating with DAZN, trying to get the best fight, trying to get the best deal, whatever, for him. And shit, hell, last I remember, Earl name was on them goddamn contracts, bro. Like I kind of seemed like people kind of forget that. Like they forget that Earl name was on them contracts with Canelo. So if Canelo would have accepted the fights, if Canelo would have accepted two fights, Earl and Benavidez or Earl and Charlo or, whatever, if he would have accepted Earl, would Earl be fighting Bud this year? Will he be fighting Bud in 2022? I doubt it, man. Man, salute to my boy Ill Status, man. Earl had a tragedy that went bad. Well, what you mean? What tragedy went bad? We talking about the car wreck? We talking about him getting in the detached retina, or we talking about this situation right here? Man, Just Do what's popping, man. Salute to Just Do. If y'all ain't subscribed to Just Do, man, go subscribe to his channel, man. Fire content. He was on there going live about this too, man. Catch him on the playback. What's good, bro? So let me see. He wanted to age Terence Crawford out. Age Terence Crawford out so he could get it. So he could be the fresher man. That didn't work. Yeah, that's facts. That's why I said we playing chess, not checkers, bro. Like they was trying to do it. Like people, Earl, they was doing this thing, but what I say about Earl is, bro, you fucked up by letting us know. Like at the end of the day, the only reason why Earl was coming out and he said, "Oh yeah, you waiting, you in the back of the line. You gotta wait in the back of the line." So from the beginning, he placed Terence Crawford in the back of the line. So it left us to wait all them years. And then after he said that, he didn't say that like when they first was into it and he told them he taking the easy route or the easy road. He didn't say that like, we gonna do this so I can fight you for undisputed. He didn't say that right then and there, bro. He didn't start talking about that undisputed shit till years later, bro. You know what I mean? So off top, it never was like, yeah, I'm like, nah. He always was waiting in the back of the line. He always had other people in line to Terence Crawford. So why when we looking at it now, it don't go through? Terence Crawford had some, like Earl Spence said, in his back pocket, and they mad. But matter of fact, let me go this, because I got this too, because a lot of people talking about that shit that I just put up, but they leaving this out. A lot of people leaving this out. Everybody who said Terence Crawford ducking, oh, he holding up the fight. Let's see. I agreed to all their bullshit, and they've been dragging their ass for months. Spence was nowhere to be found while I was trying to make the deal. Spence was nowhere to be found when I was trying to make the deal. And I explained to Al and Earl that I was going to fight before the end of the year. I explained to Al and Earl that I am going to fight before the end of the year. And before I finish that little quote, I can remember Earl saying, I'm going to say reports, because that's all this is, reports. Motherfuckers reporting. The reports was that Earl was going to fight on November 19th, whether it was Bud or not. And the reason how I know it was confirmed, because Earl went on his Twitter that he liked to go on, and he said, I could have fought in November. Okay. Something that we like to say in boxing, you stay ready so you don't have to get ready. If Earl was really focused in on the Terence Crawford match, that it could happen this year or in November, then why? It's either one, his ass was fucking capping. He was fucking capping about the November date, and he was just trying to pressure Terence Crawford into signing the contract right then and there, pretty much in a short time period. Or he was really out there negotiating with somebody else. So to all this Earl fans and shit like that, I want y'all to pick which one it was. Was he trying to pressure Bud into signing a contract? Or was he negotiating with somebody else to fight? Since y'all mad about him negotiating with somebody else. Was Earl negotiating with somebody else, or was he capping, trying to pressure somebody into fighting, into signing a contract? I'm going to let y'all pick, bro, but it could be either one to me, because either one, it don't matter. It's just showing that y'all turning to straight fucking casuals when y'all talking this Earl shit, bro. Like, y'all gotta be real, bro. Like, Earl was out this bitch capping, but he was trying to pressure that boy into signing. But nonetheless, let me go back to this motherfucking clip, bro. Let me finish it. Okay. I explained to Al Heyman and Earl that I was going to fight before the end of the year. David Abernethy is a very tough task. That's cap. You know what I mean? That's cap. David Abernethy, not really, he ain't really that. But he out here and he's staying busy. What's popping, Kush? What's good, Kush? We smoking Earl Pack today. I got two. This Earl, we gonna smoke his casuals in a little bit. We gonna smoke his fans in a little bit. So he said David Abernethy is a very tough task. He's knocked out. He's knocked out his last couple opponents. Hold up. Let me get this off the screen so we can see it. Okay. He knocked out his last 6 opponents, and this guy is dangerous. Once I'm successful against Abernethy, my plan is still the same. Whoop Earl Spence's ass. Let me say that again. Once I'm successful against Abernethy, my plan is still the same. Whoop Earl Spence's ass. How the fuck he ducking? He explained to them he was going to fight this year. Just like, I guess, Earl explained to him. Earl told him, I got somebody lined up in November if you don't want it. Fuck it. I'll fight somebody a month later. That was probably around the time where he probably expanded his options. And again, I'm not speaking from Terence Crawford. I'm not claiming to have no sources on either side. I'm giving my opinion on what I think they're doing. I'm not saying this is what Terence Crawford did. I'm not saying this is what Earl Spence did. I'm assuming off information that's laid out here. You know, if y'all have different ways of getting that information. So, you know, it is what it is. You know, how people feel about that shit, bro. But at the end of the day, how I see it, options, my guy. Terence, you got one. He said, man, I thought Crawford signed and shit, man. I thought he did too. You know, we just went. He said he agreed to it and shit like that. And pretty much like it's a lot of shit. It's like, bro, this is chess and boxing business at its finest. I ain't gonna say at its finest, but this chess and with this business shit with them two for sure. You know what I mean? They both out here posturing. They both out here, you know, giving signs and showing, trying to get these fighters to either look bad in the public eye or let people know that I'm just one up in this dude. And right now, Earl Spence won the chess. He just put him in check, bro. Terence Crawford just put him in check. For the simple fact, boom, I got to fight this year. And let's not forget, his plan is still to whoop Earl Spence's ass. That's what he said. Just like y'all like going off what Earl say, oh, we'll see who holding it up after I get this last belt and this and that. Bro, yeah, we gonna see. He said he's still gonna whoop that boy ass. Marky Dan was popping. OG Sheldon was popping. G Fields was popping. Mr. Aggressive Eastside, Mr. Catch a Body was popping. You know what I mean? Like, they said Earl had Thurman already on the table. Like, what we saying? Because and you could tell they had him on the table because when they was talking about Earl was going to fight on November 19th, whether that's Bud or not, but Earl came on there and was like, no to the Keith Thurman shit. Yeah, that's Keith Thurman. He didn't want that fight. Somebody else, it's a different story. You know what I mean? Because right now they talking and standing on this shit. You know what I mean? Shit. And people like to say, oh, Bud could have picked a better person. Well, as far as the people I see, we talking Virgil. Yeah. Okay, YB, he sent me a link of Oscar De La Hoya back in August saying that if the Earl and Bud shit wouldn't fall through, Virgil would be a replacement for whoever wanted to fight him. And okay, it sound good, but like I don't know if we believe that. With Oscar, just like with any other time, we only know until we see it. We don't know really about that shit, Oscar. Maybe he would, maybe he wouldn't. So if that was your plan, then you should have reached out to them and said, hey, if that shit don't work out, let me whisper, give him that, because I'm pretty sure that's what David Abernesian or whoever them people, I bet you they hit Bud. I bet you Bud didn't hit him. I'm just assuming. I'm not for sure, but I'm pretty sure that's probably how it went. They probably hit him up. He didn't hit them. That's what you do when you want somebody. DAZN, Golden Boy, y'all got the platform. You hit Bud up. Fuck is y'all talking about? Make that shit make sense. Just like we said, always saying, motherfuckers saying, man, why Bud don't go to PBC? Why Bud don't hit them? Motherfucker, because they supposed to hit him up. When the last time I remember that these guys supposed to hit, Bud supposed to hit them up, hey man, what's up? What's up with a deal with me? No, y'all hit them and give him a deal. Say, yeah, we got this on the table for you. Like, what we talking about? When that shit don't make sense, man. Marky Dan, what's popping, bro? Nah, I mean, my nigga said he got some apple tarts here, real gas. Ugh, that's what I like, real gas, nigga. Oh, we about to drop the link, man. I want to hear what y'all say too, but I'm gonna drop that link, Illstat. Let me just finish this real quick, cause people mad at Earl, bro. Let me see. I'm glad Terence Crawford ain't say no dumbass deal like Max Kellerman was about to say it, but he held his tongue because that's the deal that a man want to take. Yeah, for real. I'm gonna drop the link. My homeboy has a channel, and he called Earl Spence Camp that the only thing they confirmed was Thurman was already an option, bro. Like, what? Thurman was already an option. What's up, man? Salute to Rebel Life, man. What's popping, bro? Nah, I mean, I'm about to drop the link here in a second, man. But yeah, I'm gonna throw this little shit in there too, bro. Cause this funny shit I've heard out of motherfuckers' mouth who mad. They're mad because they don't know what Black Prime is. Oh, why is he fighting on something I never heard of? I ain't never know that. Why the fuck does that matter, bro? What is we talking about? You're not gonna buy because you don't want to download another app on your phone that you already got 100 fucking apps that you probably don't even use? Like, what we talking about, bro? Like, that shit really gotta make sense, bro. Okay, I'll give you that. We don't know where the app is. You don't know nothing about the app. Okay. Man, Black Prime only worth $5 million. They only worth $5 million. Bro, I'm gonna tell y'all this. And I don't know if y'all knew, if y'all niggas ever had a business or any of that, but I can say this. When you start a business, your worth is what you made from the business, not what you have. Like, okay, you got somebody that started Black Prime. Boom. The person that started Black Prime net worth, what his personal net worth is not what Black Prime net worth is. You have to make money to be worth something. So if they're worth $5 million, that's probably the revenue that they've made from that app already. Cool. You don't know what investors they have or what kind of money that people are going to bag and put into the app, bro. You do know if you have a business and a LLC is separate from a personal personal, you know what I mean? Your personal shit, LLC is two different things. You know what I mean? So if personally I want to invest money into my business, say, okay, that shit 5 million. Boom. And me personally, in my bank account, I got fucking 10 million. And I want to take 5 million out of my personal bank account and invest that bitch into my app. Now how much is my shit worth? What y'all talking about? That shit don't mean nothing. Okay, and I'll give y'all that. That shit worth 5 million. They took another $5 million loan to pay this nigga Bud. Fuck is y'all talking about? They got the money somehow. They got the money somehow. We know Bud ain't budget. We know Bud want to see that cash. They went and got a fucking loan and paid that nigga Bud that other $5. Fuck is y'all talking about? Y'all niggas wildin', man. What up, Carl? Man, my nigga Mike, voice of the people. Man, y'all go subscribe to my nigga Mike, man. My nigga said, fighting Thurman makes much more sense than fighting David Afranesian on Street Beefs. On Sense. What was it? What you were saying, Sense? Yeah, man. Bro, it makes more sense. Bro, come on, man. On Street Beefs, bro. They said Blue Blood on the app. They said Blue Blood paid that nigga. Come on, man. Salute Carl, man. What's up? Man, I'm about to drop this link because y'all really like, bro, niggas really tripping out here, bro. I don't really understand it. I'm gonna need somebody to make that shit make sense to me, because y'all really just mad because, oh man, Black Prime, I don't know the app. Oh, they worth 5 million. Well, they took a loan, man, to get that other 5 million to pay this man. Niggas out here mad acting like Pop-Tarts and shit, man. I mean, straight weenies in this bitch. I mean, talking about this man doing this business, and you broke as hell. And if you do got money, you ain't no weenie. You a corn dog, nigga. You know what I mean? A weenie with bread, nigga. You a fucking corn dog, nigga. Corn dog, weenie, or Pop-Tart. Pick one. Y'all motherfuckers acting crazy out here, bro. The nigga just said he can come. Look, man, I'm gonna drop that, man, because maybe some people in the back ain't hear that shit, man. I'm gonna read the whole thing over. I agreed to all that bullshit, and they been dragging they ass for months. Spence was nowhere to be found when I was trying to make the deal. Crawford continued. I explained to Al Heyman and Earl that I was going to fight before the end of the year. I explained to Al and Earl that I was going to fight before the end of the year. Just like Earl said he was going to fight in November. Okay, so David Abernesian is a very tough task. Cap, but he has knocked out his last 6 opponents, and the guy is dangerous. Once I'm successful against Abernesian, my plan is still the same. Whoop Earl Spence ass, nigga. Fuck we talking about, man? What y'all talking about, bro?
Dog, I be talking to you niggas souls, man.
Real talk. Talking y'all niggas souls, bro. Y'all know.
Good, nigga. Good.
Come on, bro. Quit playing. And I ain't even get deep in it, bro. I just know with some niggas in the chat, you know what I mean, that want to come speak their piece, man. Please come speak your piece, bro. Know what I mean? We ain't gonna do all that arguing back and forth, man. We gonna keep this shit nice and peaceful, man. Talk your shit. You know what I mean? We ain't gonna let nobody talk over you. But, bruh, y'all gotta understand, bruh. Y'all out here mad, bruh. Don't be mad, bruh. Because Earl been out here for 4 years fighting people, happen to get rest from car wrecks, happen to get rest from injuries. And that's just what it is, man. I got my boy Ill Status, man, in the building. Let's go.
Grown man boss. Something he got to deal with. Because no matter how many of them fabricated lines he said, it ain't going to equal up to this real shit.
Ill Status.
My man, you the God. That was dope, bro. Hey, what we not looking at is the movement of this man can we just, because I mean, all of these bud deflectors, I ain't even gonna call them all out their name and all of that stuff. I don't do that.
Talk your
But
shit.
at the end of the day, they deflecting off of the fact that this man walked up on this brother and said, I mean, we can quote Earl Spence Jr. saying that he wanted to fight Keith Horn. Jeff Horn before he wanted to fight Jeff Horn before Terence Crawford even had an opportunity to get the belt because he was about to fight Julius Sandago. So he was already trying to get the WBO and said that that was a good fight and we need to make it happen. Now that was on the table. Then he came around. Give me a second, bro, because I got to talk about this man and his actions and the movement, and everybody just seemed to forget all about this shit and make it seem like now Terence Crawford ducking all of a sudden. Oh, God. Now let's get to the point. Then he moves up and say, nah, I'm gonna go fight my man Kell Brook and get another belt from him. Then
That's where he got the first belt. He got the first belt.
Right. Then I'm gonna go get. He sees Terence Crawford. He's tell Terence Crawford all of that bullshit. Now I was a fucking EJ fan at this time, bro. So to say that he was my favorite welterweight and to say Terence Crawford moving up is like, damn. All right, I feel a process. I understand it. Just like that bell run, it's time. So just like Shakur moving up, it's time. So shit just happened in that way with certain fighters that you got to say, damn, man, you was my man, but shit, it's about to get ugly now. So I'm looking at EJ, his movement, he talking about, why won't I take an easy route? And I'm like, God damn, snapping my head on my fucking forehead because, bro, we don't talk like that. Why are you telling this man in his face that you're going to not take him as the competition, as a tough competition first? You get rid of him first, and then you relax and fight casual.
And smash everybody else. I'm understanding.
Exactly. That's the total way that you do it back in the, in real lifetime boxing and boxing fans. So then he comes back, he get on interviews and say, bullshit, bro. After this, I'm gonna wrap this up and put it in your perspective as a man. Everybody perspective as a man. Then this motherfucker get on live TV and say, man, we just gonna give him like 60, 40, 70, 20, man, we gonna shit 80, 20, man, whatever we give him. Like, and then they show this shit live and Terence Crawford say, damn, I accepted all of this shit. Now this is a conversation. So we saying that a verbal agreement is based on a contract, and that's not how a contract go. He negotiated the contract with them. They said whatever. Now, again, I don't give a fuck about the contracts and how it went and all of that shit. But the man said that he was going to fuck him over live on TV. Now, if you a grown man that know you can fuck a motherfucker up, you just listening to that shit, and then you get to the fucking negotiations and listen to all of this dumb shit, and you like, man, all right, I take that shit because I'm about to fuck him up, man. This bitch ass nigga just said all of this shit on TV, then came back and said, man, I'm just playing, and all of that shit, and said he wasn't even on that shit. And then you still offer him some low. Hey, I'm just playing. Who gonna really go for all of that shit, man? That was just playing. I was just talking shit, man.
Ill status. What'd he say? He said he was playing.
Yeah, he said he was playing. He said, I was just playing, man. Who gonna really go for something like that?
And how long did that go on? Like, we keeping it in real time. When Earl came out and said he was just playing, how long did he let that 60, 40, 70, 30 shit linger out there? About a year and a half?
About a year and a half. And then about a month after June, he started saying that he was joking. So in July, he said he was just playing and all of that stuff. Because the fight been trying to be negotiated since June. So about time they start having understandings, Terence Crawford started saying that he really think that Earl Spence wants to fight and all of that stuff. He started saying good things, and then Earl Spence started saying good things, but then they'd go at it, you know, they was basically trying to promote the fight. I just need fight fans to understand that both of them fucking knew that they was gonna fight somebody else before we did, and they just ended up getting upset with each other.
Hey, ill status, and how I see it, Bud is able to capitalize off all the momentum and publicity they've been getting with them trying to make this fight. They name been out there, they've been buzzing, they've been doing all that. Why sit on the shelf, stay cold, and let that shit die down until y'all really fight? Especially after you hear that shit, fucking Floyd coming out here and saying and all that shit. That's cool. Floyd, you are Earl boss, my guy.
Right.
You ain't Bud boss, bro. I can do what I want to. I can negotiate with somebody else because I want to. You was negotiating with just me because that's the only fucking option you had. Because you exhausted every option before me and you fought him and you did that. And
that's a fact.
Bud fans did that shit and we took it like whatever. We cool. I ain't tripping.
Yeah. Always in cruise control, bro, because we know what we dealing with. We dealing with a straight up animal.
I ain't never gave him no flack, nigga. I bought the Ugas fight, nigga. I bought the Sean fight, nigga. You know what I mean? About the Danny fight, but come on, bro.
Q, just think about this, bro. Who in the fuck is mad for cheap flights, cheap tickets, cheap hotels to go see Bud fight right now? Like, that's a good ass, I mean, that's a well-earned $1,000 if you anywhere in that area, just for the round trip, the hotel, and the tickets, bro. Like, man, you good. So who don't really want to see no fight like that? Man, that joint gonna be packed. I can guarantee you that. Why? Off of the strength that it's easy access. It's very easy to get to, other than spending a gang of bread going to Las Vegas right now. And EJ about to fight too. We get to see both of them fight before, or perhaps in the middle of the reign before we get to their fight. So I don't see why people upset, because EJ had a fight going on already, like we already talked about.
Yeah, and then, like I said, bro, motherfuckers was acting like after he fought Ugas, if Canelo would have wanted to fight him, he would have went the fuck up and fought him.
Exactly.
What are we talking about? Like, he just didn't take that shit.
Yeah, we can't forget about that interview. Like, what about Terence Crawford? I could fight Canelo. Yeah, I remember that interview too. He was all over the place, boy.
Hey, and then my boy Rodney, like, bro, he said on God he bought the Earl Ugas fight. He could have took his money and got a haircut, bro. His haircut cost $65, bro. His haircut costs more than a Bud fight, my guy. What are you talking about, man? Yeah, I'm copping that
light
shit,
work.
Bro.
That's light work. That's lunch. Like,
OG Shell, what's popping, man? OG Shell, I know he ready to pop his shit, man. We got Kush. What's good with it, Kush? What's popping?
No, I ain't really. I'm kind of, I'm just tripping on how these grown ass motherfuckers is all in their feelings about another man making a business decision. That shit, I just don't get it. I really don't get it, man. So I did some research on these people. Black Prime is a subsidiary. They under Silicon Valley Investment Group. They're owned by them.
We spoken on that EJ pack today,
Man, good EJ fans. I got EJ right here, nigga. This the EJ fans right here. This that pressure.
So to kill all the money suspicions and all the trip about where the money gonna come from, Silicon Valley Investment Group is worth $2.8 trillion. So
all they do is invest money. So
they invest money in shit. So that's what they do. So we
got a bunch of grown ass men following after another grown ass man, and these niggas ain't doing no research for themselves. Bud ain't making no deals without doing his research and knowing the money there, bro. The dude is a shrewd operator, and niggas don't like that shit.
Kush, not Bud. Kush, his lawyers ain't making let him sign no contract without doing the research first.
It sounds like that's what it sounds like.
Credit to Bud in the end of the day.
Yeah, because he picked the right guys. He got the right people on his team.
Niggas out here thinking, motherfuckers out here thinking, man, Bud wasn't out here negotiating in good faith and doing this in good faith.
Good faith,
Bro.
good faith. When does it become that I have to fucking disclose my business practices to you or any motherfucking body?
Man,
if I'm gonna make a deal, I can make a deal. I'm grown. I'm free. I can do what I want to do. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm not under contract to nobody. I can do whatever the fuck I feel like doing.
Yeah, when you let your left hand know what your right hand doing.
When you your own boss, you can move how the fuck you want to move.
Yep.
You see, Earl Spence not his own boss.
And I don't let my left hand know what my right hand doing. Just because Earl wanted to come out here and tell you I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, and you was the first person to come out and told us that you could fight somebody else if you ain't fighting Bud. And that probably gave him the inclination of shit. Okay, I got this email lane opened up with this motherfucker from the valley.
From the looks of it, Bud is a very savvy businessman. He probably like the top welterweight getting paid for the last 7 years. So for 6 years.
Come on now.
He's a very savvy businessman.
Capitalizing on all the bullshit. Capitalizing
and he
on
getting
all
his dough. He getting his dough in his hand up front.
Yeah.
Not having to gamble. And look, let me explain this even more. Even more so why he wouldn't gamble, because you got these bitch ass niggas that refuse to buy the shit. So who give a fuck if these niggas don't buy the shit now? Who cares, bro? Y'all wasn't buying this shit no way. You feel what I'm saying?
Look what Kazi said.
Thank you, bro. I was just telling somebody that shit.
Kazi said, motherfuckers act like Life the Disney Channel. Motherfucker, no, they don't owe you shit. Loyalty is just a word in boxing, bro. You don't owe you shit, bro.
Kush
and then how's he disloyal when he told the niggas, you feel me? In the beginning, I'm a fight.
Kush just hit on the head, bro. Kush just nailed it. He just hit on the head. Motherfucker, I don't care what they buy. I got my money up front.
Yeah.
That's why we not accepting no zero guarantee, because if I'm Bud, I don't trust you niggas. I'm just being real. You niggas ain't gonna buy my shit. I don't expect
There's only
shit
3
to
exciting
change.
fighters out here.
Pay me my shit up front. You feel what I'm saying? Pay me my shit up front.
Because he one of the most exciting fighters in boxing right now. He got a lot of knockouts. He got 11 knockouts. Bro.
I say the most exciting fighters: Canelo, Bud, Tank, Inoue.
Don't forget Usyk.
Deontay Wilder.
Usyk, Loma. Them white boys that they don't like, my nigga.
Usyk,
them white boys that they don't like, the white devils, them niggas is cold, bro. I'm telling you, the white devils, ooh, them is some of the best fighters in the world, nigga. Anyway, nigga.
Don't call them that. Don't call them no white devils, man. But
no, the reason I'm calling them that is because that's what they call them. You feel what I'm saying? The Wakandas and all these fanboys, nigga. They don't like them niggas, bro.
You know goddamn well if you get a Usyk fight, you're gonna get a fight because he coming to fight.
Coming to fight. All that shit. You know what I mean? Loma coming to fight. Shakur.
Yeah, Loma coming to fight.
Exciting fighter. Devin. You know what I mean? Well,
I mean, we talking about the sweet science then. That's separating us from the casuals then. We talking about the sweet science. So when we get to that bracket, then
the more they don't like the fighters, bro, the more I'm paying attention to them, bro. That the more skill, I guarantee you, bro. The more that means that they're a threat.
Exactly.
You feel me? That's why now niggas don't like Keyshawn and shit like because he's a threat, my nigga. He's a threat.
I didn't know that shit happened, yo.
What happened?
Shit. Nigga, they traded McCaffrey to the 49ers?
They did that earlier in the week.
Yeah. What you talking about? McCaffrey?
Christian McCaffrey's with the 49ers.
They did that like Wednesday,
he
Thursday.
Playing tonight.
Yeah, we gonna smoke them. Hey, we gonna smoke them. Don't we ain't mentioning them. We playing them. We ain't
Why they get rid of him? Why Carolina get rid of him?
Because they're in rebuild mode. They're in rebuild mode.
They gotta do something, man. But back to motherfucking Earl though, man, and this shit that's going on. You know, we talk that football before we get off. But like I feel like the biggest thing that people not understanding, because before that, if everybody like, man, if the fight not getting done this year, bro, niggas need to stay busy. Bro, I'm gonna take some niggas gonna get moved down. Man, Terence Crawford was gonna get moved out of that number one spot, inactivity, all that. You know what I mean? I'm trying to see some. Now he got a performance to show me to keep him up there. Why he on top? Why he number one? He told
What's wrong with that?
He told him he was gonna fight before the year up, bro. He told him he was gonna fight before the year up.
Trip this, y'all. I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, bro, like, it's interesting the way that this boxing shit work, bro. Because you know how you could tell who's really the best? The more the people hate you, the more hate that your ass receive. The code, I'm telling you, that's how you know who the best is.
Yeah.
Like Canelo, Inoue, all them type of dudes, bro. The more hate they receive, that's how you can tell. It's because they're a threat, bro, to a lot of these dudes' favorite fighters, bro. I'm
gonna tell you the truth, bro. I hate Loma because that motherfucker good. That's why I hate him.
Yeah,
I respect you saying that. That's how I know you an OG. Because you'll come out and say that shit.
Yeah, I hate that
motherfucker.
Everybody knows boxing.
I got Jermaine Ortiz against Uncle D. Shit, I fuck with my people.
Hey, man, we got an APB out on GOAT, man. GOAT, where you at, bro? I need my money, man. Michaela Mayer got her ass whooped, man. I'm gonna need you to, you know what I mean? What's poppin'?
He didn't communicate with you, King?
Man, hey, my man went ghost. My man went ghost. I don't, you know, nah, but I'm just talking my shit. But you know, go holler at me. You know what I mean? I already told you. Alicia Bumgarner was
with you.
You know what I mean? But yeah, y'all make sure.
Push the goddamn button.
Contact. I got.
Push the goddamn button. You heard what she said.
Yeah, man. My bad. What'd you say?
No, just like I got in contact with Cass. I got some issues going on. I'm moving some money around. I got him. But you gotta say something. You can't just vanish on a nigga. That shit ain't cool.
Yeah. I'm fucking with him. I know Go gonna pop up. I know we got to.
He gonna pop up. He'll pop up.
Yeah. He got baby on the way and all that. So
he got some shit going on right now.
Yeah. So yeah, man. But like, so really, I think the biggest thing is that where he fighting on. He was complaining about Bob Arum putting him on the app. Now they putting him on the app. So I think now people got to understand this, because you know, negotiating with Bob, it was what it was. He got his money. You know, he got $6 million to fight Porter. So now I'm negotiating with somebody who's not an app. I'm negotiating with a network, and they coming out here saying, just like Bob Arum, they said they love bringing up Bob Arum. Oh man, I lost money. You know, I could have built a house in Beverly Hills. Well, it sounds like a motherfucking network coming out and disrespecting this man too. So if y'all on Bob Arum ass about coming out disrespecting him, bro, Showtime came out and did the same thing. Oh man, we don't want to disrespect him with the number, man. The number, this and that, all that, bro. Come on, bro. Make the fucking fight. If you can't make, man, put it like this. Shit or get off the pot. Point blank period, man. Your ass couldn't make the fight. Somebody else was in line, ready to use that motherfucking golden toilet, my nigga.
Yeah, and you gotta understand the situation that Showtime is in too. Showtime is going under restructure right now, so they got a whole lot of shit going on. They're trying to move this here, that there, and one thing about white folks in big business, you gotta always remember this: white folks in big business are not in business to lose money. They're in business to make it. If they can't see the initial return on the investment, they're not fucking with it. That's just what it is.
True.
That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So they thinking, just like Tim Smith said, and Tim Smith did not pull that shit out of his ass in February. He's looking at analytics, he's looking at the numbers, and he's listening to his bosses. And his bosses told him that we really not trying to do this because we think these motherfuckers gonna stream it, they're not gonna pay for it. That's why he came out with that. Because he was okay by his higher ups to say that. If he wasn't, he wouldn't have said it.
Yeah, and I think we'll see, bro. You know, I don't know what and the numbers or whatever might do, but me, I'm about that shit. I'm a supporter. I've been
I bought it yesterday. All right, I bought the shit yesterday, but Kush laid it out for you. Kush hit it on the head. Crawford and his team don't really give a fuck what the numbers do because they got their money up front.
I got my bread, man. We talking about
that's the whole point.
And whether they think he worth it or not, bro, that's to be seen. But I'm pretty sure
matter because the people who own BLK Prime think he worth it. That's why they gave it to him.
People got to understand this. When you talking about it's just the app, so he a part of building the app just like he was a part of building the ESPN app. So if I say that, if he getting on this app and he gonna fight, he already got his bread. And then like this, y'all, people may not understand business, but fuck it. All right, this an app. I'm already getting paid hella millions by people advertising on my app and shit already outside of this fight just because I got an app. I'm already getting millions of motherfucking advertising dollars. So now I got this fight. I'm going to get some extra dollars for this fight, do all that shit. Bro.
Who on this panel has been involved in business or has a business?
Easy turnaround, bro. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, I got a tow trucking company.
Okay, so you understand that what happens in business, what happens in the first year of starting to do business? What usually happens?
Well, I lose my first year.
Man,
you lose.
Man.
No, you don't go broke, but yeah, you don't profit.
You lose money.
I gotta break even off of everything that I invested. Right. Yeah.
If you're lucky, you'll break even.
Yeah. You trying to break even off of everything you invested when you first into your first business. But
you don't think these people understand by investing in this fight? When you think people understand by investing in this fight that they may lose money? They understand that.
Shit,
but let me say this too. Let me say this right quick. Let me say this. I also was a marketing executive for Comcast for like 3 years, and I went to go get deals with parent companies. So I can tell you this part. This is the key main ingredient. Terence Crawford can offer his services to a company, but even if it don't sell to you and what you think, then the investors look at how many people stream the fight. So if they stream the fight, like 15 million people stream the fight, then they know he's worth 15 million viewers. You see what I'm saying? Right. It's an over under when you just got to promote them better. Now you got to find a partner for them. You see what I'm saying? And that's how you market and still get your revenue back off the back end. That's the real back end because you created another opponent for them that's sexy enough to get the casuals, everybody talking about it, news, local news, all people when it comes to this type of fight, because it get magnetism to it because the right investors made it so. So it's just how it goes. Like
exactly. My point is
Black Prime. I've never heard of them before. So them putting Terence Crawford is basically a $10 million promotional tool to bring awareness to their channel, right? So if you're gonna go and put marketing, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna go put flyers and fucking put radio, all that shit. All of this is basically promotion for their channel. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Right. You still have to invest into advertisement to get your channel across. You know what I'm saying? Win or lose, we're hearing of this channel. I've never heard of it before.
You said the perfect thing, Kazi. Win or lose. The object is not to win, it's just for publicity. Like I said, if 15 million people see it, then they know where to go the next time. And then the revenue will keep going and keep going,
Yeah, that shit an investment. That shit it's not losing money because when you first start a business, even if you do when you get a loan on the business, they don't make you pay that shit back for the first 5 years because they want you to make money. Everybody know it take money to make money. You put money in, you get money back. Yeah. And that's what it is. Like if it come all back in one fight, that's a hell of a return. If you recoup, boom, off the fight, then that shit good. You know, that's what they expect and that's what they want. But if they don't, you know, I'll probably see that, yeah, that's kind of like a failure. You know, you at least want to break even for sure. But if it exceed expectations, and like Il was saying, like you looking at the viewership, whether that was bought, you talking about people that bought it, if you can get the numbers that people bootleg that shit, you know, it's still a lot of people watching because people ain't gonna buy that shit.
It's a strong negotiating table, especially when it'll sell out 18,000. That's in the millions alone. So we talking about $4 million off of just gate right there.
But that's why I kept searching, and did my research. And I went to see who owned them, and they owned by that Silicon Valley investment group that's owned 2.8 that's worth 2.8 trillion. So they got money to invest. That's what they do. They invest in startups. That's their whole mission.
Well, I think it's gonna be a nice turnout, especially if they believe in Bud. Because he likes camera action, so
it's gonna sell out in Nebraska. Now that you ain't gotta worry about that. That shit gonna be packed out.
Well, that covers a lot,
man,
right there.
Man, people
that
don't
covers
want to
damn
watch
near the whole thing. If you're talking
got
about
nothing else to do in
concessions and
Nebraska.
all that.
Everybody's going. Everybody's going. They ain't got shit else.
People going, like he capitalizing off all the publicity.
Well, I'm going. Right, it's too easy to go. Like I don't see how people like we real boxing fans. We ain't caring about the boxer now, right? So let's just say we don't care about the boxer, but it's one of the most popular boxers that's fighting near you, and you could get there within an hour and 30 minutes. You're not going to get there and do that fight. The flight, the cheap tickets, the cheap hotels, everything cheap is right there in your hands.
I'm gonna tell you the only reason I'm not going, because I don't watch way too many Nebraska Cornhusker football games. I know what the temperature is gonna be in December in Nebraska. Fuck that.
Well, I'm from Chicago.
Yeah. Y'all used to the cold. I'm from California. I ain't fucking with that 10 below.
Yeah, that shit is
15 below. I ain't fucking with that shit.
We outside.
Fun. That's when you bring your minks out and all of that stuff. Go to the fight like the old school. You know how it was, OG.
I'm
nigga got that chinchilla on.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. So, man, people
y'all niggas don't know nothing about no chinchilla coat, right?
Chinchilla bit, man. It's hot in the motherfucker down here. I bought a winter coat like a month ago, and I took it to the register. The lady said, "Where you going? Where you gonna need this?" I'm like, "Here, motherfucker." Like, what are you talking about? It's gonna get cold down this bitch. But you know, it is what it is, man. It been kind of cold like these last couple of days, though. I was like, damn. So,
tell them ill status. Go on and spend that 25 grand on that chinchilla coat, man. You can look fly like Frank Lucas.
25.
But yeah, that's what it is. That's about what it is for some rats. Yeah.
How much for a stolen one? You hear me? One that fell off the truck. I need one.
Chinchillas don't fall off the truck, bro.
Oh, they follow.
Yeah, they don't fall off the truck. You ain't getting no chinchilla like that.
Hey, I need one to fall.
Get no Birkin bag.
Fall out somebody's closet there. I hate a thief. I hate a motherfucking thief, but I'll buy some stolen shit. You hear me?
Yeah.
You can get a nice little mink from a pawn shop, though.
Yeah, you can get a mink from a pawn shop. You can't do that.
That'd be. Yeah.
But I think, man, so back to this football, bro. You know what? I don't know what they doing with McCaffrey, but
they in rebuild mode. You know what happens with a team in rebuild mode? We got high assets. We got to get rid of these assets, so we ain't got to pay these niggas.
Damn, they got busy on him, man. He was the preacher. He was like the great white hope on the running back side of the game for them.
You know what happened? You know what this year is, right? Ill status?
What's that?
Contract year.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Get rid of that ass. Get that ass up.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, you make, yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. If we keep him this year, we got to pay his ass. Fuck that. Get him out of here.
Yeah.
Where you want to go? Frisco? Cool.
Yeah, the 49ers about to be razzle-dazzled and offer him the bag.
Yeah, they got an extra little edge to them, especially seeing what they was able to do last year in the playoffs, win some close-ass games, about some field goals and shit. Who they beat? They beat
They beat the girls.
Rodgers. They beat Aaron Rodgers and who?
The girl.
Yeah.
And they beat the girls and they beat Green Bay. Yeah, it was great last year.
Yeah, they made a decent run last year, so you know they might be able to go even further. Shit, you might see a rematch with us, and we'll whoop their ass again. Get our second ring.
I don't know. The Lambs don't look like they're doing too good this year. The Lambs is 3-3.
Yeah, they gotta try to figure they game plan out without wide receiver core. They lacking.
My team playing the Softons tonight. Shaking my head, bet not lose, dog. Yeah, Steelers are playing the Dolphins tonight. But Tua's back. Tua's off the concussion, man. They got the smelling sauce ready, Q, as they say.
Hey, they got the smelly sauce ready for his ass.
They got the
I hope
smelling
he's ready, man. I hope he's ready.
Let me see.
And he ain't nervous or he ain't scared about falling no more. Because that could put a little dent in the back of his mind. Like, I don't want to get hurt.
Man, shout out to Tua back. I got him on my fantasy. I'm gonna take him out of IR, man.
Get the smelly sauce ready.
They hit different. They hit different when he at the center position. Of course. Yeah. So I favor them. Of course, I favor the Dolphins.
We got, man. I got, man. Shit, Jalen Hurts, man. I got him on my fantasy, man. He got a bye week, so I had to go get Daniel Jones from the Giants, man. I hope he do something.
Them motherfuckers in New York ain't bullshit either. They ain't playing.
Is Dak? No, they ain't fucking around. Is Dak playing, OG?
Of course. You know he's playing today. All they was waiting for was Cooper Rush to lose. As soon as he lose, they gonna put Dak back in there. If he'd have won last week, Dak still be sitting.
I believe so too.
What? He lost.
Man, who should I? Nah, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and start Jamal Williams from the Lions and take that boy, motherfucking David Montgomery out, man. They been bullshitting, bro. I ain't gonna
let me ask y'all a question while I got y'all right here. Let me ask y'all a question while I got y'all right here. What is the best?
Get the smelly sauce.
What is the best move for the big fish? Is it either Stanionis or Boots?
Shit, man. Either one of them is a better fight than David Abernathy.
And we know that. Nobody has ever argued that. That's why I don't understand why people are so mad. Nobody said this was a great fight. This was a great opponent. Nobody's ever said that. We know the dude ain't shit. We know that.
Okay, so to answer your question, OG, it's only right that he get a equal opponent to Terence Crawford, and that's Stanionis. I don't want to fuck up the bag, so he gotta fight Stanionis in order to do that, because Bud just fought like.
But here's the thing: who's the motherfucker that came out on interviews repeatedly said no tune-ups? I don't do tune-ups. If you do a tune-up, you don't believe it.
That ain't no tune-up.
Stanionis not necessarily a tune-up because he's got step aside money 2 times.
So he
basically paid off the.
Now I hear you. I don't think he's a tune-up, but his fans talking about Stanionis saying shit. He gonna fight Boots because he a real nigga.
Okay, let him fight Boots then, shit. And
well,
if he do that, and if he do beat Boots, then I might change my motherfucking pick.
No, I'm still not changing my pick. I don't give a fuck who he beat.
Me neither. Because look, Boots ain't never fought 12 rounds before.
Yeah, I would respect him a whole hell of a lot more if he beat Boots, but I'm not changing my pick. I don't give a fuck who he beat King Kong. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Because I really don't see him. I don't see Boots beating Earl, to be honest, because he could turn into a crafty veteran like a Keith Thurman, a Terence Crawford. Like these dudes are veterans in the ring, and he ain't lasted 12 rounds in the ring yet.
Man,
not on the stage.
Hold up, I edge Earl in the fight because I think Earl is a better inside fighter than Boots, but from the outside and then Boots being able to switch, I want to see if Boots a better switcher than Bud. and it always will depend on the fashion and how he do it. You know what
See,
I
I was
mean?
telling somebody this yesterday. This is what I was saying. They talking about, well, Boots ain't ready. The motherfucker got 30 fights. If he ain't ready now, when is he gonna be ready?
No, he ready. It's just
Yeah.
he ain't gonna win a fight. Like
We'll never know. We'll never
I
know
just-
if he's ready until you put his motherfucking ass in there.
Yeah. And he got to fight 12 rounds too, because when the dog comes to him, the truth gonna come out. Like he gonna have to fight them whole rounds and then win championship rounds, show veteranism, reign generalship, still understand how to later on in early rounds just take a round off and keep going. Like he ain't learned all that. I don't see none of that in Boots yet.
Well, how do you learn those things?
I just see talent.
How do you learn those things? You gotta get your ass in the ring. That's the only way you learn those things.
That's it, OG. That's the only way. So, I mean, but the fight in him is good, but he fighting a selected competition too. Let's not be weary-eyed of who he's fighting, because he could fight other people too while everybody's saying shit.
He fighting
yeah.
tune-ups and bums. Well, I was watching a movie last night, and I know you're gonna remember. I know you're gonna remember this line, L Status.
It's
this boy taking them easy matches, fighting other bums.
Exactly.
Hey, let me read, let me read this.
He went straight to his lady though. After that,
hold up. Let me read this right here. It say Derek Bosey Ennis said they've already submitted requests to the IBF for them to order IBF Welterweight Championship Earl Spence Jr. to defend his mandatory challenger Jerron Boots Ennis next. If Spence doesn't defend against Boots, he'll be stripped of the IBF title, according to Bosey Ennis. His IBF defense is overdue. Spence is now without an opponent after Terence Crawford chose to give up negotiations with them to take a tune-up fight against David Abenesian on December 26th. According to hold up. According to Boots and his dad, Spence hasn't defended his mandatory IBF title in ages. They want to enter the IBF to order Earl Spence fight. Know what I mean? Shit. Or he can step up and fight him on his own, pretty much what he said. Given the risk involved, Spence against Ugas, he'll be like he will likely not take that fight. We saw that guy that Crawford chose. Let me see. He could have picked Boots Ennis himself, but opted out for an easier fight on paper against Abenesian. It's difficult to predict what Spence's next move will be because he's talked on wanting to move up to 154, but with the money Spence can make at 147, he's likely to continue to stick it out. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, man, that's what they said, bro.
You think Bud already knew that was gonna be what was gonna happen to him if he backed out of the fight a little early?
I don't think Bud was thinking about that. I don't think he gives a fuck about what that dude does.
Yeah,
I think Bud was looking out for his interest and his family. I think that's what he was doing. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, because he still moved on, and he was telling them ahead of time that I will be fighting sometime this year if we don't get this deal done. And Earl said that he was going to fight in November no matter what. So, I mean, he kind of didn't hold himself to the fire like Terence Crawford did, because Terence Crawford talked to them and told them, and Earl told everybody, but he didn't do what he said he was going to do. And Bud actually did. So if we keep into the buck, Bud said he was going to fight before the end of the year. He fighting December 10th. Earl said he going to fight in November no matter what. He is not fighting in November. So how everybody listened to Earl Spence Jr. say shit and then go for it. Like, it's funny that Earl Spence started tweeting shit before the fight was announced, because he knew damn well what was going on, and Bud probably knew that he got to fight, and he wanted to get his shit out there before Earl did.
Now let me ask you this. Do you guys believe, because we can't really go with a lot of these channels because they biased?
It's not about boxing, man. It's not about boxing at all. It's about a favoritism of another dude and how they move and they like.
Do you guys believe that Bud said, look, man, I'm done with this shit. I'm finna make another fight. I'm finna fight out easier. You think Errol knew that before he killed you?
Yep.
Man, well, look what KD said.
I believe that. I believe that.
I don't think they phony with each other like that. I think both of them keep it a buck. That's why they talk certain ways to each other.
Yeah, I think that video where they got them quotes, you know, they cited YSM. So Bozy actually on camera saying that, you know, those quotes is from that video. You know, they already sent the mandatory in, you know, for Earl, you know what I mean? So he could fight Stanley on this day in talks with Stanley on this. So at the end of the day, bro, we all know, you know what I mean? If he can't, then, you know, we'll see. But at the end of the day, bro, these Earl Spence fans, bro, they gotta keep it real, bro. Say what you want about his opponent. That ain't what it is. It was always about activity. At the end of the day, if I'm already having negotiations with Espinoza who run Showtime and it's on some bullshit, why would I negotiate another fight in a short amount of time and you're gonna be on some bullshit? Bro, I got this whole nother purse, bro. And if a motherfucker show me some shit where Espinoza ever was talking about a good handsome ass deal that he was giving Terence Crawford, show me that and I understand why you mad. But from what they reporting, he getting a nice handsome motherfucking bag, bro. So we don't care about all that sissy ass crybaby ass shit y'all niggas talking about, bro.
And I didn't hear no EJ fans talking no shit about EJ for snatching that goddamn Manny Pacquiao fight when everybody thought that fight was going to Terence Crawford. This motherfucker fight just get announced out of nowhere. I'm fucking baffled. Like, god damn, I thought this motherfucker fight was damn near made with Terence Crawford. Out of nowhere. Boom. Boom. There it is. Now, everybody's shocked about what had to happen. Eventually, they have to fight somebody. So what the fuck? You just want them to have 2 years off and then fight each other? Like, come on, man. They ain't even being realistic. So in reality, these fights have to happen. So I want both fighters to fight somebody else before they fight each other so they could be back fresh and already in shape and then fighting spirit to make the fight happen. So, man, we could miss all of that. Somebody ducking. I don't think neither one of these motherfuckers ducking. I think it's proper progression in the fight announcement being made. So we seen both of them fight.
Niggas making business moves. That's what we doing.
Hey,
Exactly.
man. Hey, look.
Exactly.
Hey, look, I just stepped on here to, you know, just drop 2 cents in, man, and to try to let you guys know, you know, that's why I'm tripping, because everybody is pointing that finger at Bud. But what we got to understand is everybody got an opinion. You know, some of these guys got agendas, what they do. I don't even know if some of these guys are playing or are they serious about what they be saying. But one thing for sure is we can say what we want to say until everything comes out. And I do think everything's going to come out. And I'm almost 100% sure you guys will understand that Crawford is not ducking. There's plenty ways to look at this situation. Like, there's too many facts, but people don't want to take the facts and the sources of the people that they hear it from, and they want to take it from other people. There's Adrian Brunner saying there was no guarantees. We thought that was a joke. Then we come out and we hear Crawford say it. We hear Floyd say the fight is not happening. It's going to be further down the road. So you got a man that fought last year in November. He says he wants to fight Earl. He comes to the negotiation table thinking that he's going to probably fight, you know, this year. Yeah, he didn't mind as long as it was going to be in November. But when you get close to October, it makes sense, man. Listen to what's going on. The man says that an Earl article, not the one that's on ESPN for Crawford. Go look at the other article. And I made that on H Money. The first thing I told H Money, and everybody on that panel set up and told me, no, you wouldn't do that. Because if you did that, you don't want to do that and then walk away because they'll say you duck because you put a deadline on it. There is no one who put negotiations with no deadline.
Hell yeah.
Especially when you say, hold on. Especially when you say, I'm going to fight in November. You say, I'm going to fight in November. If you're going to fight in November, you have to have a deadline. You have to be able to tell a person, like right now, if I want to fight one of you guys don't get to determine my career by not putting a deadline on the contract, and I'm just going to sit here and wait for the rest of my life until you feel like you're ready. The point what happened is, think about this. There were people mumbling this shit. People were sitting up saying, he ain't got no network. What he gonna do? What he gonna do? Earl got options because y'all thought he was gonna fall off like a dumbass nigga that couldn't go out and find a fight for himself like Andrade did and just fell to the wayside. Andrade probably ain't no good. He been too inactive. It didn't happen with Bud. He went and got a bag. And to be honest, it only made him even more powerful. Because if they didn't sign that deal right now, if he go back to the negotiation table, y'all got some explaining to do. Because them niggas don't make money like that.
Facts.
Hey, yeah, Uncle D, you basically said what I was gonna say, pretty much. Like,
nailed that shit to the crop.
And I just don't understand. Like you say, if the fight was in 2023, the whole
Dog,
time,
I be talking to you niggas souls, man.
I feel like them
Talking to
niggas
them
was,
niggas soul.
you feel me? That's what made me feel like them niggas was stalling that nigga out. And this another thing too, fellas. I feel like to say these two niggas got each other number, them niggas ain't been talking to each other. Because why the fuck would Earl come out with that bullshit saying the nigga stalling the fight? When you got the nigga number, you could call him and see like, yo, what's going on? And like in that article said, Terence said Earl was nowhere around when I was trying to make this deal.
Hey, and you right on point. Listen, and see, that's what I'm saying. See, hey, my man, Dre Young.
My bad, go ahead.
See, you hitting it on the head right now, Dre Young. And that's what I've been trying to tell people.
Nowhere to be found, nigga.
If you do your research, listen, if you do your research, everything makes sense. The nigga went down there. He bent, like they say, yes, they did have him on. Blue Blood was trying to communicate with him. I, in my heart, believe like 2 to 3 weeks ago when they say Blue Blood said, hey, I seen Bud and this and that or whatever. In my heart, I believe that's when that amnesia stuff started going down. And I'm going to tell you why. He said he was going to fight this year. And he went there and he said, why the hell you ain't telling them I'm the only one trying to make this fight? Now, listen, let me show you how evidence works. That's why I say all y'all got to do, you got to get your head out your ass sometime. The moment when he said that, he said, I just saw Bud. Think about this. Ain't that right around the time where they saying that we agreed to the 3 things he wanted to change?
Hey,
wait a minute. He said we agreed to the 3 things we wanted to change, and we
nigga, will you get to the point?
And it's been 2 weeks. And it's been 2 weeks, and he has not responded. He didn't respond because he made another deal, nigga. Because he said he was fighting this year. There's no more time left. He's fighting in December. What you want him to fight in another month after December? Because I don't know any months after December. And you saying you're going to fight in the first quarter. And he left that very clear too by saying the plan stays the same. I'm beating his ass and I'm going to beat Spence's ass after that. So what are y'all mad at?
My plan is still the same. Whoop Earl Spence ass.
Yep.
We talking about.
Last but not least, how this nigga can't make 147, Q? And how you gonna fight for the belts then? Why did he tweet that? Because the nigga always give himself ways to run. He ain't changed. And I ain't changing.
Nigga,
let me break this down for you. This is what happened with that negotiation, bro. PBC thought they had the nigga over the barrel because the nigga didn't have no promotional company behind it. They thought the nigga didn't have no more options. They didn't realize that this $2.8 trillion investment company would say, you know what? We want to get in the Bud business. Let's check this out. Let's do something with this. He had another option that they didn't know about. Now they sitting there holding the bag because they fucked up. They could have made this fight. They bullshitted, trying to force a motherfucker to take a deal they want to give him, and he had another option that they didn't know about.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is, man, that boy go up.
This nigga's scared.
They don't want no real smoke. You know what I mean? And if he go up again,
right? Terence Crawford, I see it like this: if he go up to 154, he going up there because he looking for a fight. If Errol Spence go up to 154, he running point blank period because he's the one who brought up all that side of the street shit, right?
Hey, you on point, Q. It's funny, but
if you want to be honest, he didn't start the side of the street shit. You know who started it back in the day.
Hey, Q, you own some shit, man, because I'm telling y'all, everything, you got to look at this shit. The nigga retweeted that article before he even said he could have fought in November.
Facts.
He was protecting himself, and then he
that was one of the first divas.
Now he's setting himself up for any angle to run, but it doesn't make sense. But see, y'all don't have no problem when it don't make sense. And then yesterday I heard you say something, and I had the receipts. The nigga tried to make a fight after he jumped in that ring and said, "Y'all know what I'm doing, Terence Crawford. I'm coming for that motherfucking belt." On May the motherfucking 3rd or 4th, he tried to get a fight with Canelo. Y'all was okay with that. He tried to get a fight with Pacquiao. Y'all was okay with that. He fought Mikey Garcia. Y'all was okay with that when he was playing with people running around saying, "I'm the big fish. He better take what I offer him. He better take what I offer him." Well, now it's Bud time to play and have fun with the gun.
And them niggas in that bitch.
I'ma kill my... I can't do it.
Goddamn.
Hey, these niggas out of there, man. These Earl fans out of there, bro. Go kill yourself, bro. Motherfuckers that nigga about to choke themselves out, nigga. Come on, man.
That's one thing I like that D said, man. You got to do your research, man. I was wondering. I'm like, I never heard of this company. Let me do some research on this motherfucker. And I searched and I searched and I searched and I found who they was owned by. Like, oh, okay. Now I know where the money coming from. These motherfuckers got 2.8 trillion.
Hey, but they got sponsors.
They like Abu Dhabi rich.
Yeah,
hey, man,
they got 2.8 trillion, nigga.
Do y'all realize whenever you start
since 1999, all they've been doing is investing in startups. That's what they do.
When you start a company, listen, when you start a company and you have a superstar or something like the best person in a sport, do they realize that the reason why they can make all that money because they're the person who's going to push your app? That's why they want him. He gonna get his money off the sponsorship because they're gonna use him the rest of their life, showing his pictures on that app, using him for commercials. See, they don't know what go on in business.
But look what we doing right now.
Yeah, you're right.
Look what we doing right now. Nobody ever heard of Black Prime, and look what we doing right now. All we've been talking about the last 2 days is what?
Does Under Armour have more money than Nike? Well, how the fuck did Fury get all that money with Under Armour?
Hell no.
It's about to blow because of like Trilla did. We make everything what it is because don't nobody know shit except us. So everybody that's gonna gravitate to anything about boxing is gonna come to us in our rival countries, towns, cities, states, destinations we live at. Because we the true boxing fans. So they'll be like, "Man, bro, tell me about this," and you'll put him on game so he'll be interested in watching it. It's up to you. You damn near the mouth of the South on some Jimmy Hart type shit.
And they shit popping right now, bro. Earl and Bud name been popping in the news.
Right.
All this and that. And he seen that they out here bullshitting on the fight. He capitalized. And boom, he throwing a fight right in the middle of all that. Only thing we talking about is Terence Crawford, this, that.
Yeah, but Terence Crawford got a good buzz. He been in the spotlight for a couple of months now. He been everywhere doing all of his things. So now this boy did basically marketed himself in under the disguise of saying this Terence Earl Spence Jr. fight. He was marketing himself because he was going to the UK, he was going to Texas, he was going to Atlanta, he was going everywhere that was special.
And let me say this: the nigga was out here. We seen him out that bitch with 50 Cent at his shit dropping 30 on motherfuckers. We seen his ass with Jay-Z And we all know Jay-Z know who the fuck Al Heyman is because Beyonce
Of course.
includes
You
Al
already
Heyman.
know.
What we
You
talking
already
about?
know.
So we know this boy, that guy. We already know he know Rick Ross and all these other motherfuckers, bro. He done been on multiple places doing interviews, talking about different shit, his life, boxing, finances,
How you think this deal popped up?
Promote
How you
like a
think this deal popped
motherfucker,
up?
bro.
You just hit it on the head. How you think this deal even materialized? When he
Marketing.
was out there fucking with Jay-Z. Hey, look, I know some people who might want to put some money in you. Let me make a call right now.
Exactly.
Let me make a call right
Yeah.
there.
Out here got that check, man. And now these motherfucking Spence fans, man, salute to him, man.
Player haters ball. Oh man, hey.
Yeah, nigga gonna hate, man. Don't give a fuck.
As I'm sipping from the drink, I'm sure somebody's spitting.
OB, bro. Then that shit cool, bro. And Earl can stay active. I think he should come back and he should fight in December, since obviously he ain't ready for that November date. You know what I mean? He
They
wasn't
could
ready.
do it in January, though. They could
Hey,
do
you
that
just showed me something on the Twitter. The boy done put in his he didn't petition for the fight. The other dude is the number one contender. So you got two choices. You can fight either one of them niggas. You got the WBC belt. Virgil is over there. You got three choices. There's three niggas you can fight. Fight who you want. Pick one. Pick one.
Yeah, I would like to see that, but I mean that's the corner that he put himself in by following the people that he followed. If he stood on his own too and tried to get with Bud and stop saying, yeah, we gonna 70, 30, 80, 20, 60, 40, whatever we give him, he gonna have to take what we give him. Man, if I'm Bud, I was been mad like that too to take a deal like that because I knew I was gonna fuck him up. So transparency is a lot of different meanings in that word. I was trying to get on to tell everybody that. Like, you could be transparent in your decision. As long as you didn't say nothing, you could be transparent in that decision. Am I lying or not?
Shit, you ain't.
That is a fact, young brother. That is a fact.
So if I looked over the information and I verbally agreed to the terms, then transparency can also come and I'll overlook this contract and it's full of shit. Now, you see what I'm saying? We talking about just negotiating a contract. I'm really good at this. So if a person want to talk about negotiating a contract, transparency is a very key word in a lot of different angles of a contract, not just one word. So there's a lot of different meanings in one word. And if you look at point A, B, C, D, all of them, they could be different meanings and different verbiage in the contract that you'll look at, and it transparent mean three different things.
Okay, well, check this out. First of all, you throwing too many big words at me. Okay, now, because I don't understand them, I'm going to take them as disrespect. Watch your mouth.
Niggas out this bitch disrespecting my man. He was reading that contract. They put that bullshit in there.
But they just got to understand, like, you could say a couple of things, and that's like basically you basically manipulating a person in a contract. If I can manipulate a person verbally, then say we hustling or doing something in the streets, then I can manipulate you out of what I'm selling you, and I can make you believe that it's worth more. Then they could decrease that same thing in that element, and that's the same verbiage is using the same tactics trying to gain. So it's a win and gain. They use the same verbiage, but if they don't want to pay the person, then they say that it's lesser than or versus they want to pay the person. Such as in Terence Crawford perspective, he's basically saying everything that he's worth is probably equal to or even more than Earl Spence Jr., but the transparency of the contract leads him to not agree with the first verbal agreement that they had. You never know what that agreement was. So now the new contract, now he has transparency on that contract because this is not the same verbal agreement they probably had. You see what I'm saying?
Facts. And that's how that shit go, bro. Like, law got a whole language in itself. Just like they got the law dictionaries and all that. They putting verbiage and all that in there, and at the end of the day, he got people that can take care of that, and they gonna whisk through that shit with a fine-tooth comb.
And they did. That's all that happened. They just said, look, if you don't have transparency over this section, it's just like going to court, seeing what all the counts are. If you got 13 counts, you need to try to find out how you're going to eliminate the ones that give you 60-30. Don't worry about the lesser one. You try to get the big ones. You see what I'm saying? And that's the shit that matter in that contract. So when you looking at the verbiage of the contract, the first statement or the first topic of the fight goes like this, and it's agreed upon. The second is not. The third is in negotiation. So you agree to terms, but that don't mean that you agree to all terms because you haven't signed a contract and they haven't proposed it. And then when they propose the contract, if you don't agree to that, that don't mean you ducking. You just got to get the shit right. Motherfucking Reddick Bowe sent the goddamn contract to Lennox Lewis, but that motherfucker wasn't healthy enough for his camp to say, take the damn fight. So they sent that motherfucker back and it never came back. Sugar Ray Leonard sent the goddamn contract to Aaron Pryor for the 750, but it didn't come fruition because he got the detached retina. So these are things that happen in boxing, but just because you send a contract don't mean everything gonna happen.
Is that my connection?
That's me.
No, you good now. You good.
So just because they say every contract that's sent supposed to happen, that don't mean a damn thing. Contracts could be sent out to a lot of people, but they don't have to take that contract. Just because you sent it out, you could have been offering that person $30,000 when you know the fight probably worth $3 million. Mm-hmm. So you sent the contract out. So that means he ducking? Like, come on, man, get the fuck out of here. Politics is politics, but when you mix politics in with boxing and negotiating and pocket watching, like this shit get too exciting for casual or some weirdos that just be listening in to people argue and shit like that. It gets too much, man.
And I think this shit exciting. Like me, bro, this shit busting for the sport. This is exactly what it need. You know what I mean? That shit was fizzling down as far as their negotiations. It wasn't about to happen. Both of them said they wanted to fight this year. Okay, right. Bud don't have to give you his deadline of when he want to start and stop his negotiation with you. He's still will negotiate with you, but he fighting somebody else. He got a whole nother entity to pay him, and however y'all feel about it, if like how I think it might be, like a motherfucker at Showtime, like might be getting fired. Because you let this little ass black crime that don't nobody know come and snatch the damn fighter you was trying to make a mega fight with. Like, what are you talking about? Why the fuck they conceal the deal?
Every welterweight.
Yeah, like why the fuck y'all conceal the deal, bro? That shit crazy to me. Like, how people ain't looking at it like that? How the fuck somebody fumbled a fucking ball? Espinoza, how the fuck did you fumble the ball if Showtime put on these big fights, great fights, this and that? Why couldn't you do this one?
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that because now we get the pocket watch Errol Spence Jr. fight, how much it brought in, how much he paid the dude, everything. We get to analyze all of that shit because if he gave him 50-50 or he gave him 70-30 or he gave him 60-40, we paying attention to everything, how much the revenue was, how much the gate was, how much the concession was, the parking lot. I don't give a fuck what it is. If they want to analyze Bud like that, well, we own his ass. I'm hard copy number one on his ass.
Yeah, man, it's gonna come out though. Y'all gotta, like I said, y'all have to sit up and I'm not saying this. First of all, I want to make sure I say this. I really don't want to say anything too negative because I want all the facts, but all I'm saying is you got to use your brain. You got to make sense of these things. You guys have seen big fights since y'all was babies. They go all the way back to Tyson's, this and that or whatever. And then you're saying that Showtime might be in trouble because they let someone else take the fight. No, they're not. You know why they're not? Because Earl never wanted to fight. Look at the contract. What kind of fucking contract is that? What kind of What kind of shit is that an agreement about? Oh, we'll give you 35% of the network.
And then the dude said he was playing.
Just think about how stupid this contract sound. And then all of a sudden, right when the fight get ready to announce, all these little tweets and retweets pop out, and then boom, and oh, he ain't want to fight. But the key was you made a mistake. Like I said, niggas will never cover their tracks. Criminals always dumb, nigga. That nigga said no negotiation deadline, and I talked about that with Miss Nonito Donir for like 10 minutes. I said, have you ever done a fight with no deadline and negotiation? She said, hell no. She said, because you know what that would do? That would let him sit up and train himself and burn himself out.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, I had asked her some questions like, what's the longest negotiation you ever been in? How long would you negotiate with somebody before you move on and all that shit?
Weeks.
And everything she said was Bud did that shit way past all that shit she said. And she still was taking Earl's side.
Gave it the max 90 days.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, bro, like what these people be doing, like they turn to casuals when they find somebody that they really like. People can say what they want about Bud fans, but me particularly, I don't really even take offense to that shit because I'm not like whatever they think. I ain't out here talking shit, cause he this, he that. Like, bro, I support Earl, bro. I support Bud, bro. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, bro, I'm calling out the bullshit. You like people forgetting to call out the bullshit just because they like somebody. Like,
it damn near had to be. I'm defending this nigga. It started out that I was both fans of both each other, but motherfuckers just start getting progressive on one dude. And I'm like, damn, man. I'm talking about the beginning, when I thought EJ was supposed to fight Manny Pacquiao, Keith Thurman, and hit Jeff Horn. I'm talking about before all of this shit happened. When I'm still thinking Bud should fight A.B., Mikey Garcia, Danny Garcia. Remember that part? Like, we going further before it got famous for the casuals.
Why is it so easy for some? Why is it so? I want to know why it's so easy for motherfuckers to, forgive motherfuckers like Keith Thurman when he get up there talking about, oh, you better not duck me, son. Yeah, I got an O and I ain't afraid to let it go. Why are we so forgiving for these niggas? And then Earl get there and do the same thing. But now all of a sudden, Keith Thurman ain't never been scared of nobody. He got all his little shit to go throw back. But y'all mad at him still. Earl mad at him still. But Earl did the same thing. But niggas are forgiving.
Ain't mad at Keith Thurman.
No, it is niggas mad at Keith Thurman because of the way he was moving.
Yeah, motherfuckers mad at Keith Thurman.
Keith Thurman need to shut the fuck up though and fight.
Yeah, but it's the same thing though. That's
told everybody is gonna get
different.
Yeah,
right.
He did the same thing. Earl did the same thing. Motherfucking Keith Thurman did, bro. Putting people in front of you, put you in the line. Like, I'm gonna fight him, then I'm gonna fight you. Keith Thurman got injured just like Bud got injured, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, y'all just like Earl more. I mean,
exactly.
That's it. Like, that's cool, bro. I like Earl. Like, it's hard not to like Earl, but I'm still gonna call out the bullshit, bro. If they can't see past the bullshit, bro, you can't see past it. That shit cool. I don't really give a fuck. You know what I mean?
I mean, he got it. Like I said, he got to show me something, man. If he could show me he can get past Bud, I always fuck with him. Ain't like I ain't never fuck with the man. He was one of my favorite welterweights at the division. I want him to beat everybody until Bud got there.
I already said I don't care which one wins. I think
sort of like Shakur Devin, though.
I'm on record for saying I don't care which one wins. I think whoever wins, I hope they go up to 154 and unify it too, because that'll put them in a category of their own, especially Bud if he do 3 divisions. But see, that's another question that goes through my head. Y'all ever think about Floyd has been hanging around Crawford? They always keep your enemies close. Who is Bud a threat to if he unified that 147 class and went up there and did it at 154? Who y'all gonna be talking about was the best fighter in this in this decade, in the decades in our past history. What y'all think?
Whatever Box Rex say. Whatever Box Rex say, we'll dictate it. I mean, we got our little portion right now, but the history books tell it all. And if he 3 division undisputed, hell yeah, he the best.
That's gonna be a problem
of all time. They
That's
would
gonna be a problem.
clearly.
That's why.
I mean,
and
even though Sugar Robinson right there.
If you look at it now, this ain't no knock on Floyd because Floyd has done great things in boxing. And Floyd, you know, he got all these young black fighters, so you got to give him his credit for that. But at the same time, you niggas have to open your eyes and look at the history. There was a jealousy problem, even though the nigga never made it. Adrian Broner, Floyd, started getting jealousy. He started feeling a certain type of way. Look at Tank. He started feeling some type of way.
Tank ain't no AB though.
He grabbed Crawford.
Hold
on, he grabbed Crawford. They talking about fighting in November. This nigga comes out and says it very clear. That fight ain't happening until you hear from me. Maybe he the one holding up some shit. It's something.
Tank only likes camera action in the ring. AB had it all, bro. He was better than Mayweather. If he would have kept that ring and won, boy, AB would have been the man. I'm talking about, man. He
and I'm gonna say something else about that shit.
Back on his own.
Hey, and I'm gonna say something else about that shit. Cause when the nigga lost to Madonna, look how quick that nigga was to jump in and make him look bad and beat him up for him. Look how quick
that was good. Hey man, they probably worked together with that.
No, but he wanted a rematch.
That's why he mad. That's
why y'all ain't put that money up? Why they didn't put that money up for Adrian Broner and give him a rematch? Floyd did it and then got a rematch.
Well, we might still see that rematch.
No, that nigga said he'll never rematch Broner. And I wonder why.
Oh, he said that? He said he won't rematch
Madonna
Broner?
said he'll never fight Broner again after he got out of that ring. He said that motherfucker hit hard as hell.
No, you talking about Broner.
That's what I said.
AB said he will fight
yeah, AB wanted the rematch.
He said he'll fight him again.
He wanted the rematch. I'm telling you, Madonna said he would never give Broner a rematch.
Oh, you damn for real?
Yeah, he said that.
Hey, if Earl able to fight the week before Bud, bro, that should be so cold, bro. I ain't gonna lie. But if he fight Earl first and put the pay-per-view, that is gonna be battling. That's gonna be.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
People gonna pick like, okay, am I gonna buy Earl pay-per-view? You know what I mean? Am I gonna buy Earl pay-per-view? You know, but it also bring like, you know, a lot of fans buzzing like because we know they fighting next. Like, damn, okay, so both of them fighting this warm up, you know, tune up, you know, and then they gonna fight. So, you know, I think, you know, if they do that, bro, I'm fucking with it. You know, I ain't tripping. I don't care about you know, but in chess, you know, it's like a piece for a piece. I put it like this. Bud probably put the boy in check with a pawn or something, you know, to try to put him in position, and he lost that piece. And you know, now you know, if Earl put that December 3rd date, you know, he had a check, he put himself right there in position, in a good position to come back. So I ain't gonna lie, like this, if he do that, that's good. I'm fucking with it. You know, Earl, shit, he fight at home in his backyard, just like Bud is. But I'm gonna say this: if we really talking about like expanding and doing that, y'all got to get outside of y'all backyard. Don't go this way. I mean, Bud did. I mean, yeah, Bud in this last fight did fight in Vegas. You know, Earl, he just in his backyard, minus Sean Porter. But other than that, he fight in his backyard. So I think, yeah, shit gonna be cool. We'll see. You know, he gonna have to work the crowd, because last time we seen him, they seen him in Dallas. He said, you know, he coming to get that strap. You know, he gonna have that fight. So he comes back and he not fighting. He gonna have to explain that. You know, so I think, you know, we might hear a lot of, or we'll see, is they gonna choose, I'm just paying, I'm focusing on
Oh,
my
this is
opponent.
just great to build a fight up, man. All you saying is we got to get a great build up because they probably did this shit on purpose, bro.
Great build up, bro. Nah, they ain't do that shit on purpose, bro. That Twitter don't like them fingers was moving, niggas was sick, niggas in that bitch crying. I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, niggas was sick about that. Like, yeah, they was
cry in the car.
Man, when they heard that announcement, niggas was gonna cry in the car, bro. I ain't gonna cap. Like,
well, I just want to see what the fight gonna be at for Earl Spence. Who gonna announce what he fighting on? That'll be very interesting.
The funniest thing, this is the funniest thing about the whole situation, though, and that makes you laugh. The shit that's funny is that when Bud was trying to make the fight, and now, for example, let's say they say Earl trying to make the fight, which it ain't got no damn deadline on the negotiations. But anyway, let's just say he said, now look, Bud and said, yeah, my plan is still the same. I'm gonna whoop niggas when it happened to Earl, niggas be like, he said what he was gonna do. What y'all tripping on? He ain't gotta fight him right now. That shit funny as hell to me.
AD, you know what I say to him?
Fuck you. Oh, fuck you, fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you.
Yes, sir. I love it, Q. I love what you're doing over there, my man.
Nigga don't give a fuck about none of that shit them niggas talking about. Nigga crying the car, nigga. Fuck you, man. Niggas get mad at me like, yeah, I respect your opinion, but I don't have to care about it. I'm not going out there calling niggas, all this other shit because I don't agree with you. But, bro, who cares, bro? You mad, nigga. Like, he's still doing his business, nigga. You know what I mean? When he was out here fighting all these other people, and Bud gave him that luxury. He said, I don't want to fight you coming off the car wreck, bro. Go and get your stuff right. I'm going to spare you. You know what I mean? He spared him. You know what I mean? Go and fight. I ain't going to break your soul right now, bro. You know
hey, I'm going to just keep it a buck. All stand-up real niggas fuck with Terence Crawford, and the rest of them fuck with EJ. I ain't even going
fuck with all that talk about nigga Bud, nigga. Man.
Bro, these motherfuckers try to guilt fucking trip you. They be on some, but Cosmic, you going to allow Terence Bud? I was like, bro, he made the fucking decision. That's my boy. You know what I'm saying, right? Like if all four of us we hung out, right, and you decide to go smack a motherfucker, right? I'm gonna be like, man, Q, you tripping, bro. You know what I'm saying? We're about to get fucking in a fist fight, but. You know what I'm saying? Once we go all in. We're not gonna be on some, it might have been the wrong right or wrong decision.
Later. Yeah, we'll
talk about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Later on. But you made that decision. Now we gotta go balls in. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that shit, right? My boy said, yo,
what's good,
we gonna go fight this motherfucker, and we all in. You know what I'm saying? What do you want me to say? You know what I'm saying?
What's good, Cause? I couldn't come on there with you last night, man. But I want
no, it's all good. You know I hold my shit. You don't worry about nothing. But you get what I'm saying? Bud made that decision. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Bud supporter. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan of the fucking sport. You made the decision. It is what it is. Don't guilt trip me. Don't tell me, oh, you support this shit. I support my
everybody mad about if EJ announced his fight, which he already knew about. If he announced his fight, then we got 2 fights instead of just 1 fight, and then we still got an ultimate fight later after they do their thing. I don't think that April, May, or something like that is a bad time to have a fight.
Now we talking about his weight. If he go up, he ducking. You know what I mean? Like all the Earl fans, bro. It's
No, you gotta keep making that weight, bro.
Yeah. You no pack of Newport having, let me borrow a cig ass. You, I got 3 baby mamas, but I only got 2 kids, ass.
Yeah, you got 3 whole belts, bro. You gotta keep that weight, man. You better keep that weight.
Well, that's the thing. Hey, that's the thing right there. What Q just said. If he move up, how could you have fought? And you're supposed to be training, so you ought to be in real good shape. How can you move up if you were finna fight for Unified?
Yeah, you got a good point, Uncle.
You can't make weight, but you wanted to unify. You calling this man a duck, but you moving up. See, I don't understand niggas how they roll, bro. You can't have it both ways. How can you duck me at 147, but I can't make 147? I told you, man, the nigga don't cover his tracks. He don't cover his tracks, bro. You can't fool me. You can't play no real nigga.
Hey, that is facts, though. You can't be saying shit like that and then act
nigga
like a
move
smart
too weird,
motherfucker.
man. He been moving
like,
weird.
Damn, nigga, you at 147 right now. Like, how you can't make it, but you still trying to say he ain't trying to? Like, it don't make sense. It don't resonate.
And nigga,
something wrong with that boy. He be
never
getting his
move
feelings
weight.
or he be hitting that bourbon now.
Hey, he's never moved weight. It'll be different, nigga, if you was doing some tank shit, you know, you went up to 140 and came back down to 130 and then fought at 135. Nigga, you been there your whole life. Now you gonna say it's a decade. Nigga, no lie.
But how you gonna spend 10 years in one division and never accomplish the whole division? Like, that's fucked up.
Bruh, never won the ring. Never won the ring magazine title.
Accomplished the whole division.
You ain't never fought number 2. He's never fought number 2. He's never fought number 1. Because you ain't got the ring title, bro. Like all these weight divisions he was in, bro, he got that. He fought that guy. He was that guy. You know what I mean? Even in the circumstance where he didn't have the belt with Manny Pacquiao, when he beat Jeff Horn and they didn't give Jeff Horn the belt, you know what I mean? But that's a whole nother situation. But
Jeff Horn technically the lineal, and Terence Crawford should be the lineal for
I
that.
mean, he ain't got it, so I ain't gonna, you know. But he the reason why you would get that belt,
right?
You know what I mean? So with all that shit, if he go up, but I've been on record, bro, years ago, a year ago, plenty people panels before I started my channel. I said after he beat Sean Porter, he should have went up, got a title, and told Crawford, bring your little ass up here. Because now I'm still unified and I'm 2-time champion. I'm not just a one division champ that's unified. I'm a 2-time champion. They unified at that belt. Now I'm up here, bro. Bring your little ass up, make it easier for me and all that shit. But he ain't do that. You know what I mean? He stayed down there, gave his little plan, never switched it up. The only thing he switched up was the fact that he got these little injuries, bro. But
because he seen that Victor Postel fight, and he seen that Julius Ndongo fight, and he was like, "Man, I'm gonna probably think about this shit later."
Hey man, look, Q, you know I'm a big Cowboy fan, Q. So I'm finna cut out on you. Hey man, if y'all haven't done so, please like and subscribe to my man Q. Good dude. Hey, hit the like button. I just hit it. I almost forgot. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. We got, what was it? We had anyway more people watching, but now we down to 13. But I'm sure somebody didn't hit that button. Hit that button and like and subscribe for my man. Peace out.
Indeed. All right, Uncle D.
Peace.
You coming back for the rest of the saga?
Oh, I'll be on there today. I got time today. I just gotta watch my boys, man.
Yeah, I feel you. Hell yeah, I fuck with them too.
All right, fellas, y'all be easy, man. Y'all keep cooking.
All right, Uncle D.
Yo, it'll stay. It's fucking dope as fuck outside today, man. It's almost 80. Chicago, we outside.
Bro, I'm about to barbecue in a second.
Yeah, I'm about to go work and shit outside. It's gonna be nice.
Are you working today?
I'm right by the lake. I'm right by the Diversity Harbor and shit. I'm like right where the boats are at.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, we be outside. But yeah, man. Like yesterday, motherfuckers are like
festival or something going on.
No. It's a place, a location down by the lake and shit. Get that money.
Okay.
So yesterday, motherfuckers were guilt tripping me, and they were like, "Bro, they owe us this fight and all this shit." It's like, bro, I can't call fucking Terence Crawford. And they're like, call him, tell blood. I'm like, bro, this motherfucker made the decision. It's not like if we protest this, if we continue to argue, it's going to stop him from fucking having this fight. This decision is already made. It's in the process. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, like, if Bud was saying, you guys believe I should go fight this guy, or what should I do? And then we had an opinion as Bud supporters. You know what I'm saying? We can prevent this fucking fight from happening. Only you can prevent forest fires. But we can't. You know what I'm saying? It's already in place. It's already going to happen. So we have to deal with the fact that it's already in place. In my head, I'm already, all right, it's not the fight that I wanted, but it's Terence Crawford. I'm going to support him. You know what I'm saying? So it's already done.
But if it's EJ too, like long as we get 2 fights from my 2 guys and then they fight each other after that, it's sort of like getting the ice cream with the cherry on the top. It's sort of, they gotta fight each other, because what if the fight get announced in April? Now they would have had all of that time off. We would have begged for them to have a tune-up beat in between that time.
And then I'd be moving them off my pound for pound, like I was already saying.
Yeah.
Literally, bro, I was literally saying that same week before they made the announcement. Bro, if both of their ass go in and they fight, bro, I'm supporting it because they staying active, and I know they gonna fight. Like,
in tip-top shape. This is what we real boxing fans. We not just the dudes that like a fighter. Like, we like both fighters. We want both of them to be in their best shape. We don't want one of them in a bad condition. And like, that's like missing weight, or you was weight drained coming in. I don't want you to fight until you at your best. I want you, if it's a special fight like Earl Spence Jr. or Devin Haney versus a Shakur Stevenson or a Terence Crawford, then you'll want those guys to be at the top, because this is the sweet science of boxing now we looking at. And when you see Canelo prepare for a fight, you don't want him to come in any weight under the condition that he do and his opponent. Usually you want his opponent to be better so he could be able to show something in the fight. So why would we want to take away from these fighters right now just because they was in negotiation? Negotiation doesn't mean that the fight is over. It just means that we still have to stay active. An active fight is not a tune-up. These dudes is not tune-ups. To be honest, both fighters are on winning streaks. Stanionis, well, since the last time he fought.
All of them undefeated, so all of them on winning streaks.
But opponent has 6 knockouts. Anastasia.
Aphrodisian.
No, Anastasia. No.
Anastasia, that's they call him. He gonna get starched out. Call him starched out Stasia, bro. I don't care what the fuck you call him. It's
something good to smoke. It sounds something like something good to smoke to me.
Man, hey, OG Ron, man, what's popping with you, OG?
Man, I can't call it. How you doing today? The Lost Art of Boxing, man. Great panel, man. I see everybody show up, man. That's the thing. You can sit there and you can talk about it over brunch, but this is like Sunday. I appreciate it because, you know, you go into the bigger rooms, the echo chambers, and you can't get nothing across, and you can't come to a conclusion like who would buy a fight like that, who wouldn't. Like, I'm agreeing with the last guy. You see what I'm saying? The guy coming off a six knockout streak. Why not support that fight? You know, it's a tune-up. It's a good tune-up. It's not a bad tune-up, and you get to see, you know, progressive skills from Bud even more instead of being idle. I would wish that for Spence too. Yeah, I would wish that for Spence too. You know what I mean? Don't sit there and be idle because this deal didn't get done. We've been waiting so damn long. Why care right now? Like, long as they still alive and they still athletes, you know, give them the flowers while they're here. You know what I mean? That's the way I look at the shit.
Yeah, and then we still expect to see him, you know, at the first quarter of the year, you know, probably at the end of it. You know what I mean? You respectfully give him a month off, and then, you know, let them go back in because, you know, they got to stay hungry, you know. And then with Earl, like, I know he frustrated. You could tell he frustrated with not the plans not going how he wanted them to go. You know what I mean? And,
right, but I think that's on him relying on his promotional team to do all the work. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't do what they were supposed to do.
Yeah, they thought they would be able to get over and have them do whatever they wanted them to do, bro, because they felt like he didn't have no other way. Like,
well, Terence Crawford was acting like the big fish, bro. He was promoting this fight, man. He had interviews all over the place. He with all the stars talking about the fight, man. Everybody talking about the fight and his representation of his name. Like, come on, bro. Like, nah, man. If you really the A side and all of this stuff, people supposed to be talking about you. Like, one end was talking about Manny Pacquiao, and the other end was talking about Floyd Mayweather. We all remember this point. So we had a lot of arguments, even with our own peers, in other forms of boxing, but they was rooting for one other person because a lot of people hated Floyd Mayweather at the time, or a lot of people hated Manny Pacquiao at the time. It was just the morale of rooting against one another for that particular fight, and we doing that right now. But we come into a division on who's to blame and who's not to blame. Versus back then, it was like, man, come on, man, just sign that contract. Because we didn't care who was to blame. We just wanted them to get the job done.
And you know what? And to add to that point, I don't understand why we gotta have this disdain for the boxer. Like, why not go at Al Heyman with all this energy or whoever, like ESPN did? I was proud that somebody's actually talking crap to the person that really need to be talked to crap to. Show us what y'all doing over there. Y'all not really showing us how the negotiations going. We got to hear from Floyd, and a lot of us don't believe Floyd. You see what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
They
but
say
Al Heyman like Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget. You'll never see that motherfucker. You just see his hand and shit. So he always have an opinion about something, but yeah. And then when they get scared, they say call
but Leonard and L.A.B answered the phone. They're like, Al's not home right now. Did you want to speak to Leonard and L.A.B? Leonard and L.A.B is here. Al's not home right now.
Shit. So why am I even believing in Al Heyman? I don't believe. Look, man, I'm like Bob Aaron. Al Heyman don't exist. Until you show me a quote from this motherfucker recently in the last 6 months, 8 months, 6 years. I mean, goddamn, whenever. Please show me something other than him smiling, buck dancing in front of Floyd Mayweather that day. I don't care. That probably ain't Al Heyman. I don't know who Al Heyman is, man. And I'm not about to get wrapped up into no goddamn Al Heyman.
You know what? And apparently, all of the big channels that cause this division, they know who he is because they seem like they quote him all the time. You see what I'm saying? I just don't get it, bro.
Yeah, it's the best friend, right? They're like, yeah, I know Al. Yeah, right. Okay.
Everybody know Al except the world.
Yep. The customer.
In boxing. We know him in music and entertainment, but we don't know Al Heyman or the alleged Al Heyman to this day. Like his man say, no pun intended, but to this day, we don't see Al Heyman doing shit. We don't see Al Heyman even throwing a thumbs up to shit. Like Don King didn't have to be at every goddamn fight, but he'd throw a thumbs up in the middle of the press conference. Like,
well, we do know one thing.
Non-existent.
Well, we do know one thing. We know that motherfucker overplayed his hand. He thought this nigga had no more options. He thought this nigga had no more options, and he was wrong. He overplayed his hand.
Right, but pull that card.
We're talking about a star. They tried to say he wasn't what he is. He's a star. More people see that man on ESPN than they ever have seen Earl Spence Jr. on Fox. I can guarantee you that. Why? Because the numbers on ESPN speak for every one of his viewerships on pay-per-view or all of that shit. One fight does that.
Why do you think this tech company decided to put money into it?
Because like I just said, one of his fights is 2.6 million views, and Earl Spence Jr. has never had that in a cumulative of his last 3 fights, bro. 4. We can keep adding them on. So we can keep adding on Terence Crawford viewership, and he's the #1 viewed person other than Tyson Fury for that fight that they had. Other than that, he's the #1 viewed boxer on ESPN of all time, by the way.
You know what? And I could believe that. And did any of you guys see the actual website for BLK? Man, that shit look legit as hell to me.
Yeah, they got some bread.
Man, I'm about to go download that shit right now.
That shit look legit, dude.
I looked at it too. They got some bread. They got that looked like a formative opponent to Freeman boxing.
If this goes well, I mean, I think about it. You have one of the faces of boxing, Terence Crawford, going into this venture, and who other fighters could jump ship and go fuck with BLK if this is successful. You know what I'm saying? If this is a new platform,
you know what
I'm saying?
Well, I looked them up, right? I looked them up, and they're owned by the Silicon Valley EFC Investment Group, and those motherfuckers are worth $2.8 trillion.
I see
that's a body. That's a body right there, Mr. Shelton Moore. You always come with the facts, bro. I be thinking like you like a swami, bro. You can't beat
they worth
that.
2.8 trillion, so they got the money. All
They got
been
the infrastructure for this fight.
Yeah,
They got
since
for the platform.
1999, all they've been doing is investing in startups. That's all they do. That's all they do. So they got the bread to push him. They're getting the money from their parent company. If the shit goes well, like Cosmic said, other fighters may jump on board. If it doesn't go well, we worth 2.8 trillion. We don't give a fuck about the 10 or 20 million dollars we wasted on this shit. It was just a hobby anyway.
But they will pay attention to the viewership of the streams.
Yeah, exactly.
The buys and all of that. All of that get accounted for when you're talking about promotion because you know where to go the next time to promote the fight a little bit better. So
Well, they're a tech company. So like you said, they know how to look at the streams. They know how to do all that shit because that's what they do.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's in the bag. I mean, it's a win-win for Terence Crawford no matter what. And that's what the fans of Errol Spence Jr. is probably mad at because they know it deep down inside their heart. If they smart and they business people, some of them are. And they know, like, this was a very good, savvy business move. Just like re-signing with Top Rank was a very good, savvy business move. While they sitting there talking, it wasn't going to do him no favors back going over there and making it hard for himself. Look at what they going through. Like, we don't even know what they going through. So I would rather know that this man getting $4 to $5, $6 million a fight than knowing I don't know what he's getting. He got to get it back to him.
I heard somebody last night say that. I was on that shit. I was roasting that nigga all night. The nigga said, "Why did Terence Crawford sign to Blue Blood?" I said, "He signed to Blue Blood." I said, well, "Goddamn, I done heard some shit in my lifetime." Right. This nigga just said he signed to Blue Blood.
They be jumping out the window, bro. They jump right out that motherfucker. They don't care what floor it's on.
Fuck is Blue Blood?
Right. Like now we're getting to this now. Now YouTube is surpassing fights to just promote them now. Wow.
Come on, man. Signed to Blue Blood, nigga? Are you serious? So Blue Blood got bread to sign motherfucker. Man, get the fuck out of here, bro.
And Terence Crawford signed
That's what I'm saying. Like, what?
He got Terence Crawford.
Terence Crawford got more money than Blue Blood. What the fuck are y'all talking about?
Exactly. All the shit that Blue Blood said about this man, he gonna just sit up there and sign with him.
The more emotion you put into the fact is that you're upset with Blue Blood, the more subscribers will come to somebody's channel because of it. That don't make no fucking sense to me, bro. They like that emotion shit. Like, they mad. They're not really telling you no content. They just telling you how mad they are, and more people sub to them. I don't get that shit. I was watching the channel this morning. The dude was doing nothing but yelling for 3 minutes and talking about snake this, snake that, and people were subbing to him. I'm like, wow, what the fuck,
man? This is the new boxing world that we live in. We arguing with people that don't know, probably 3 years removed from boxing. They don't know nothing about boxing.
Blue, you sold out, Blue.
But then
Blue Blood, for the record, Blue Blood was a Terence Crawford fan, to be honest, but he switched and then he switched back. So to be honest, he just went back to his roots.
You know what? And for the record, I go on some channels and they are like biased towards Earl Spence, but at least they give you a dialogue back and you can go back and forth with them on their points, you know, and you can get it out there like on what you think the information is, you know.
Yeah.
But
they get together and
they start. And they won't call you apes and monkeys and shit like that all fucking day. You know,
but you know, a lot of Earl Spence Jr. fans get together and form a cult and make it seem like we hate him. We hate.
They form pity parties and sympathy circles. Pity parties and sympathy circles. You know what I'm saying? The motherfuckers are crying along, singing along. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
all together, huddle up and shit. Whoa, why did they do this?
We fuck with EJ too, y'all. Like, come on, man. It's not about that. It's about trying to get these motherfuckers to fight because we think Terence Crawford gonna beat this fucker.
Exactly.
That's all
I bought the Ugas fight just because of the call out. Like, that was my whole thing. Like, and plus it was a good fight. And it's like, you know, here we go. Like, right back at it. Let's just say that. Let's just credit Crawford. And so that makes me not want to buy his fight, this next fight, because of his echo chamber of fans, man. Like, why? If y'all will not support Bud Crawford's fight, you know?
Yeah, but I ain't gonna do that. See, I'm gonna support them both because I'm just like them. So this is a celebration for us. We should be celebrating this shit as real black men understanding what this shit is about. Like, man, this shit is about us right now. Everybody arguing over the best of the best, and that's one is ours and the other one is ours too. I don't know how they wanted to divide this and make it seem like it's dividable, but it ain't. They both belong to us, and we win no matter who wins. That put that motherfucker on a pound for pound.
Because the
Higher, and he an undisputed champion too. Either two times or one time going up.
The big black channels that's out there, the channels that's, predominantly us, the bigger ones, they all love speaking into an echo chamber. They only want to talk to people who think like they think and feel what they feel.
Yeah,
if you're on the other side, any point that they make, they're either gonna block you, time you out, or try to disrespect you on the internet.
Yep.
Because that's what they like. They want monolithic thought, and the world is not built on monolithic thought. You gotta have your own mind and your own ideas.
Yeah. That's what make it a community though, OG. That's what make it a community, is when everybody is diverse in their own way, but they come together and show their diversity and what their talents are. Like,
what's good?
It's not about we think that Earl Spence a bum or nothing like that, or we think that he ducking, but we just want to fight. And Earl Spence Jr. fans come at Bud so hard, it's like they hate him because he a man, period. Sometimes it's like, damn, man, what the fuck are you mad at him personally like that for? I ain't mad at
what they want. Bud is not giving them, you know what I'm saying? They're mad because Bud is not giving them what they want. You know what I mean? It's like, we want this. But Bud has an opinion too. You know what I'm saying? So you can't, because your guy's not getting what he wants, doesn't mean, you know what I'm saying, another person's doing something wrong. That makes sense?
Yeah, it makes total sense. But how are you not a boxing fan and you don't get to see two boxing matches instead of one? I want to see Bud and EJ fight each other, but I'm good with the consolation prize.
Because they're not boxing, they're not fans of the sport, they're fans of fighters.
You know what? I did a video.
Hold up, Hypey, what's popping? Wagwan, brother.
Hey, I got one question. I'm gonna be in and out. So if Blue Blood is a snake, so that means that he violated some type of code, right?
He don't live by no code, bro. That motherfucker been doing his own thing for a long time.
He about that money.
He created his own narrative.
Well, wait, hold on. I'm interested now. Hold on, fellas. I'm interested now. What code does he violate?
No, I'm just saying. So if he's a snake, that means that he violated or went against some type of code, right?
Oh, he went against the LBBC mantra, yeah.
So that's my thing. So that exposes that it's some type of agenda in place.
Yeah, the LBBC mantra, in my opinion, is think how I think and do what I do. And if you don't,
well, maybe Blue think he too big. He big enough. He bigger than that right now. So
well, Blue told the truth. He had an opportunity.
Yeah, he did.
He had an opportunity to get himself in a position to be involved in boxing. That's what he's always wanted. Why would he pass that up for you?
Mm-hmm.
He's not, and you know what? And he's got the respect of the general, if that's what they want to call him. But the sheep don't understand that. The general don't even give a fuck. He just watching it all go down and watching the sheep tear themselves apart. They still gonna keep getting super chats. It ain't no unity.
The general fucking root for Terence Crawford.
Yeah, you know.
That a bitch. So I mean, it kind of don't even meet their whole narrative, but they ain't gonna never go, in that direction and make it seem like it's content divide. They trying to do that with us in every individual platform to say, all right, somebody got to be a duck. Ain't nobody a fucking duck, man. We just got to get the fight. Come on, man. Damn. If it didn't happen in the first 5 months of it being announced that Earl Spence knocked out Udanis Ugas or stopped them or however it go, then eventually we had to go into negotiations. Negotiations take at least 90 days for the record. So after we go into negotiations, then we go into primaries. Primaries take at least 90 days. So you could get, the fight could be announced 6 after 6 months, but in normal negotiating, we wouldn't have never knew about it. This shit is just super thirsty, and everybody gotta be all in somebody's ass about the fight being made. You see Terence Crawford saying nothing about how the fight is being made and keeping people at bay and saying, hold on, fans. This is all Earl Spence telling everybody, hold on. Well, while y'all sitting on the internet arguing, y'all should be taking y'all kids to school and love your girlfriend and shit that he ain't even doing. But they keep keeping an eye on everything that we saying because we are the market. There's no other market, bro. We are the market. Maybe Max Kellerman get to say something every now and then, but he not bigger than this platform of YouTube. He can't do what every different channel doing.
And you know what? The speculation, like I look at it like this. My speculation is that Crawford had one lawyer and then he got a second lawyer. So basically, whatever Al Heyman got for as a contract must be really, really, like
on some musician type shit.
Yeah. So you just want to cross his T's and dot his I's, and the second lawyer, I guess, didn't believe that the shit was legit. Like, you know what I mean? He not getting what he supposed to get. Like, why the fuck keep worrying about
that? He knew that it wasn't legit. He basically seen it 360 in a deal, and he was like, no, you're not taking this deal. If I'm your lawyer, I'm not letting you accept this deal. Why? Because you talking about your health being at risk. You don't know. I don't know if VADA testing is in that fucking contract. We got to talk about a lot of different shit before we start talking about signing the fucking contract and all of that weird ass shit when motherfuckers is getting weight drained and then hyping up to 168 out of nowhere. Like, come on, man. I ain't saying nothing about nobody, but I'm saying everything about a contract, goddammit.
That's 100% correct because, like, think about it. Al Heyman doesn't even have to answer to none of this stuff because he's an advisor. Like, come on, man.
Exactly.
Like,
we ain't probably talking about numbers.
He got a cape.
Facts, bro. This is facts. We're not even talking about numbers. We probably talking about transparency. Transparency meaning I'm dropping clean and this motherfucker dropping dirty. That's what that could mean too, though. You see what I'm saying? I could drop clean through VADA, and this motherfucker could drop dirty through VADA, and the transparency let him still get the fight. What about that? People ain't thinking about that shit. But they just holding on to a baby ass word that they don't know the whole totality of the definition of.
Exactly.
But what big fights has PBC done this year? If you think about it, because like a lot of these guys, they're not in big fights. They're not making like Benavidez is getting another trash fucking fight. Charlo had a opportunity to have a trash fight. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not actually.
Charlo was 2021, right?
Fights.
That was a good fight.
Yep. Since
Charlo versus Castagna was a good fight. Great fight. Yeah.
That's the biggest fight they had so far.
Yeah,
that's the biggest fight they had so far was Charlo Castagna.
They should have put that shit on pay-per-view.
That was my first
and significant.
That was
meaningful and significant.
Exactly.
Meaningful and significant. Yeah.
That was the most significant,
but not big. It wasn't a big fight, but it was a meaningful and significant fight though.
They had a lot of surprises. Like, we got Fandora,
the Fulton fight was a surprise.
Yep. We seen Chris Crawford lose.
Oh yeah, he got set in his back pocket by Hector Garcia. That was crazy.
Yeah. So we've seen some nice surprises, but we didn't see like, oh my God, this fight is actually happening type shit. So
not since Wilder. I would think.
Man, you see, now y'all not being genuine because I know y'all was excited for Wilder Helenius.
Oh, you know what?
I call all my friends for it. Yeah, and don't forget.
I didn't even see that fight. I looked at Devin. I was watching Devin too. That was a free fight. That was a free fight.
Ortiz versus what's his name? Ortiz versus what's his name? Not Andy Ruiz, but Ortiz versus the other. What was his name?
Chris Martin. Chris Martin, I think.
Chris Martin. Yeah, big fight.
Oh yeah, Chris Martin.
Now that kind of turned out to be a decent card. I ain't gonna front, yo.
Charles Martin.
They got a lot of good cards. They got the undercards be nice, like top rank. I mean, I ain't tripping on nobody. I love every goddamn fight that I can get. Because we boxing fans at the end of the day, I just want to see a fucking fight. So, if you promote it right, though, Stop putting that shit on fucking pay-per-view, please.
No, because you ain't at
You
that
ain't gotta
level yet.
exactly. You ain't gotta put shit on pay-per-view if you promote it right.
See, and you know what? Like the Danny Garcia versus Adrian Broner fight, when PBC first came out, I could have swore they was gonna pit them against each other eventually. Because I would have loved to see that fight. Danny Garcia versus Adrian Broner back in the day.
Right.
Exactly. I would have loved to see Terence
If they
Crawford
would have
versus
been on
Mikey
Golden Boy, it
Garcia
would have happened.
or Adrian Broner or Mikey Garcia. I would have loved to see that.
Here's the thing you're forgetting, though. You're forgetting this, right? This is what you forget. They have to put the fights on pay-per-view because the big network, Fox, that they use, ain't giving them no dates. Nigga, it's football season. We ain't, no.
It's occupied. Yeah.
Football.
But this is what I'm so glad you said that. Big bro, Uncle Shelton, you said it all. They got FS1, they got FS2. Do that. That's equivalent to ESPN. If you just put it on FS1, they play replays of
football.
Huh?
They got college football at night. Nevada, New Mexico, UNLV.
That's why I said either or, like one or the other. One or the other.
You're not getting it.
See, that means that they're not putting on the fights that's attractive, and sexy fights means that they can stop that. Like ESPN would play
and this is real talk. This is real talk. I'm gonna tell you something. This is real talk. Football is king, bro.
Yeah, I know, but ESPN do it perfectly though.
Yeah, ain't nothing preempting football.
ESPN play a football game and then run the boxing. Run the boxing show. That's how you do it because the sexy show wins. That's what I was talking about, OG. The sexy show, which is football.
The dogs is loose. Yo, I'm gonna hop back in the chat, yo.
So if you got FS1 or FS2 that'll present their own, like FS2 usually do like a local, whatever local channel that you're looking at, they'll do that team. But FS1 will do the big one, like ESPN will do it, Big Ten will do it, and all of that. So if you got that following a boxing fight like they normally do, they run old like reruns of PBC fights.
Yeah, they do.
So they could do that if they promote it right, and they could use it through Undisputed. First thing first, they could do it in the morning and then run commercials laterally through the evening and run it concurrent through the network that's on your local TV. Like, man, it's a lot of money if they know how to do it, but the promoters are shitty. So they don't give the networks a dream or a vision to see how they're gonna do it. Because the network is sponsored.
And the network has to believe that this is worthy of being in our time slot.
Exactly. But we as boxing fans know how to do this shit better than the motherfuckers that have the suit and ties on. Because we understand what we want. We know what we looking for. We ain't ducking shit. And we ain't hoping that they duck anything, but we got revenue versus like if you getting a pay-per-view, then it gotta be two heavyweight, or I mean, you gotta have like a heavyweight champion, you gotta have two championship fights, and you gotta have a main event, which will have to be a unified or welterweight, or it could be a grudge match for them belts that they probably lost or something like that, but they name already established that they had a fight before that when they had all the belts. Something like that. It always gotta have some marquee factor to it. So to make a fight that don't make sense is what PBC is very accustomed to at this point right now, because they make a lot of fights that don't make fucking sense to put on pay-per-view.
And you gotta understand that Fox is primarily, first and foremost, a news organization.
Exactly.
So they really don't give a fuck about shit that they don't deem that's gonna make them money. That's why they got the NFL on Fox. They got Major League Baseball on Fox. They got college football on Fox. They got college basketball on Fox.
Yeah.
They got English Premier League soccer on Fox. They got NASCAR on Fox. And boxing is somewhere below that.
Yeah. You right.
They into shit that's gonna make money. And they don't view boxing as a viable source of revenue. That's probably why they're probably not going to renew the PBC contract.
I blame the promoters for that, though. See, that don't got nothing to do with people getting in the ring. See how we easily could blame the promoter? Because he didn't make it sexy enough for them to believe in something like Sky Sports would believe in some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Or the Zone would pick up or get picked up year after year.
Right.
Because even though Eddie Hearn blew through a lot of money, he still presented a large card with a lot of product on that card that you can enjoy them fights. No matter if you're a hardcore boxing fan. The UK actually catered to the hardcore boxing fan. They do not give a fuck about the casual. You can tell. They trying to put on a fight no matter what. They don't give a fuck if he dropped dirty or not. They trying to put that fight on.
Case in point, last night's fight. You know what that fight was hell?
What?
Mexico City.
Oh yeah. They had cafeteria chairs in there. I seen that shit. It was beautiful though. It reminded me when I was younger, looking at fights when me and my pops would go to see fights.
Yeah,
it was good.
It was a
good card too. It was a good card too.
It was. There was in some hotel, in some ballroom in Mexico City, putting on a fight. And Eddie Hearn was in the front row.
Yep. Ain't that a bitch? Reaching the masses. That's how you do boxing. Like, it's a shame that we got to go back to the old grassroots of getting fights made and trying to see the best fight the best. But if that's what it takes, OG, I'm with it. I'm cool. Because these dudes got to leave and the young bucks got to come in. So we're going to see what they morale is when they 32 and 34.
We talked all that shit about Don King back in the day. Now you miss his ass. Cause Don gonna put your ass in there.
No matter what, he gonna be shaking both of y'all. He gonna be hugging somebody at the end of that fight.
Oh, he gonna rob both of y'all. Everybody can rob.
Yeah.
That's
he gonna rob both of y'all. But he gonna ride with one of you motherfuckers. Whoever win, he riding with you. So just, you on the money train.
He's just not gonna rob you as much. He gonna rob you. Just not as much as he robbed you.
I mean, when you making Mike Tyson money, Mike Tyson forgot about money that Don King took from him. That's how much money Mike Tyson was making.
Right. But see, Larry Holmes wasn't making it like that.
Yeah.
He was robbing Larry Holmes in front of his face.
No, but Larry Holmes was really smart.
Like, he got fucked away from that nigga. That's what he did.
Yeah. Like, he didn't get hit in the head like everybody else. He was really smart, and he still got money right now to this date. So,
exactly.
You know, that's how you do it when you box. He probably is the quintessential of the boxers that
I tell you, somebody else who didn't fuck with Don King either was Bernard Hopkins. He didn't fuck with that.
Bernard Hopkins, yeah. Julius Jackson didn't fuck with him for too tough. He fucked with him a little bit and then left him. Yep. Basically, everybody that still got their marbles together.
Yeah.
Because everybody else, he gonna put your ass in that ring, he gonna destroy you. Or he gonna let you destroy yourself, because a lot of boxers don't know when to stop on their own. They don't got nothing to do with promoting. They just got the love and the thrill in them. And
Don was a snake. Don was a snake, but he was a hell of a promoter.
Oh, hell yeah. He one of the greats. Shit, Don King, if we had Don King right now, oh my God, Canelo wouldn't have fought 70% of the people he fought.
And we'd be on the third Spence Crawford fight right now.
Of course.
Yeah. Gonna fight.
Oh, they would have been fought.
Yeah.
When they went in the hallway, they would have fought.
Yeah. You're gonna fight in 90 days.
Yeah.
Or neither one of you niggas.
Anytime somebody would have said something on Twitter, he would have started trying to get some paperwork together.
Yep.
That's what would have happened. Don King wasn't playing. He would have been on Twitter. His people would have been on Twitter looking for them to say something. Yeah, he said something. Put that paperwork together. I mean, Don wasn't playing. Now that's the magic of the sport of boxing that we honestly are used to. Like, and in order for Bob Arum to be Bob Arum, he had to move like Don King did too back then. He was just like that, but he was just a white version of Don King. Not like Don King like that. He was trying to get the young guys. He was a predator on young fighters. Don King was.
I think that was just boxing though. Back then, you just fought like that. You was active. You know what I mean? That was just normal. It ain't, you know, you wanted to put on big fights. Like when is it? We in a day and age when you don't want to put on big fights.
But the promoters wanted to outdo each other though. That was the thing. They wanted to do better than the average promoter. So it was a competition within the own sport. So we had two different competitions in the sport of boxing that we wasn't paying attention to. We were just eating them all up. But we had two large promoters that was making fights against each other, trying to do the better out of the other one. Nowadays, we got just people just talking shit about each other and not trying to make fights.
Exactly.
Stop.
Hit the nail on the head. Hit the nail on the head, brother. That's what it's about. Them two dudes is competing against each other because if I fall off, this motherfucker gonna take over the sport.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's all it was about then. So they put it on the best showcases that money could buy. And that's why we remember that shit as glory moments in boxing, because everybody, like OG say, put their ass in there. That's what we live at. We looked at a motherfucker and said he good, like he that good, he good enough to mention his name, put his ass in there. That's all it took. Remember that, OG? That's all it took. ABC was saying he's good enough to beat. Man, shit. Let Larry Merchant say the wrong thing. That motherfucker's fight was gonna be made. I can guarantee you that. That was the glory days. Now, we got times where we got dogs that'll make the fight happen and demand that shit and talk to people like Mel Charlo. Man, make that fucking fight happen. But then he started talking about, why did you want to even mention my name? Stop telling me about Terence Crawford and all of that shit. So that made me look at him different. But, we just got to understand how.
I don't think Terence Crawford. I don't think Mel does. Like at the end of the day,
ducking, I just don't like the movement. I don't like a lot of shit he do, but that particular thing was weird as fuck. Like, why don't you just say what it is? Like, fight the nigga. If you fight everybody else, nigga.
He said he had knockout orders, baby.
Man, that motherfucker talk and dance.
And then they come right back and say, fight this dude.
Around that
fight
shit.
that dude.
Why don't you humble yourself, man?
Fight that dude.
Why you trying to coach him in other directions instead of coaching him in your direction? If a motherfucker, I don't give a fuck if it's my blood brother and somebody calling me out, but they know they about to fight my brother, I'm like, man, fuck that fight, man. Drop that fight, man. I'm about to fight his ass first because this nigga calling me out. He keep looking over you and saying my name. Fuck that nigga, man. I'm about to beat his ass, bro.
Hey, that nigga fighting is mandatory, man. Hey, Mel.
I like it mandatory. I like that fight for him. Get some bread, do your thing in Australia, and come home with them belts, man. You better. I know somebody that's looking for them belts. I'm gonna just say that.
A couple motherfuckers looking for them belts.
Yeah, they gotta get in line. Somebody can activate that WBO mandatory super and surpass all of them. They ain't got shit. So they can stand in line. My man could actually do some shit soon as he beat. See, we don't know what that man thinking in his mind either, for the record. Soon as he beat
Tim Tszyu,
he could drop the belts, or he could just keep the motherfuckers and wait. Like, who won it? On some bully type shit. I'm gonna beat anybody like he is. So here go Terence Crawford. After he beat his opponent, then he come back and say, well, fuck Earl Spence. They ain't still did nothing. I'm about to activate this WBO mandatory. Bam. Now he in the PBC regardless of what they say or not. Regardless of what they want or not, he in there.
That's gonna be a narrative, though. But why
Is Al gonna not pay for this purse bid? Like, see, this is Terence Crawford is the shit starter too, by the way.
That's gonna be the narrative, though, bro. So why is he ducking Earl to go fight Mel?
Because that's a better fight.
They don't see it that way. They think he ducking.
Shit, that's the harder fight. So
they don't see it that way. They say he ducking.
Man, that's the harder fight, bro. So
we know that. As boxing fans, we know that. But they're gonna say he's ducking Errol to go fight Mel because he thinks he can beat Mel. He don't think he can beat Errol.
Well, he'll got to double back for Errol once he beat Mel.
I'm giving you tomorrow's news today.
Jamal, goddamn Jamal. I'm gonna put that nigga on the milk cart. Hey, but Jamil is that dude. I'm not gonna take away from him. That's why I can give him some energy and a hopeful eye and say that he gonna make some shit happen. Because if anybody gonna take this fight, it'll be that motherfucker. I don't see no bullshit pussyfooting around. I see that fight being made immediately.
Yeah, Mel fight anybody. I know that for a fact. Mel will fight
I see that happen. I like that energy. But that energy that dude's sending, man, they can have that shit. I don't rock with shit like that. I'm a real dude, so I don't know about all of that shit. I ain't never grew up around nothing. Like, his whole conversation, bro, I can't even rock with none of that shit. I'm a real dude, man. I ain't even gonna emphasize it. I think that man is something else.
They said, can we get Spence versus Boots in the meantime? Well, Errol got to pick one. He got 3 mandatories to choose from. He got to choose one.
I see him fighting Stanley Honest. He ain't fighting no damn Boots. Some people better get out of here. Boots probably don't even want that goddamn fight, man. I know they be talking all of that shit, but
no, because
that boy ain't
according
fought
to
12 rounds.
If you was here, according to Q, Bozy and Booston already petitioned for their shot. They
Okay, so who gonna get it first? Because I heard Stanley Honest petition for his fight too. So who gonna get it first?
The guy who got the step aside money.
Damn, Stanley Honest 2 times in on step aside money.
There you go. That's the fight.
I can't agree with that. I don't even want him to fight Boots, man. I don't need no damaged goods getting into this ring. So no excuses, man. I want both fighters to come out squeaky clean, 2nd round knockouts for both of them, so they can get 4th round, so they can get some work in and get back to these negotiations, so we can make this fucking fight happen. I need this shit to happen in April, man. I got a deadline on round trip tickets. You know how that goes. So
Q say he ain't going now. You ain't going no more, huh, Q?
Man, you gotta go, man. It's big. It's too big.
Nah, my bad.
Once it get announced.
Q say he ain't going.
You gonna go. Once it get announced, man.
Q say he done with this bullshit, right, Q?
Yeah, I'm done with that shit. And nah, but hold up, I ain't gonna lie. Hold up, y'all know this shit done made it exciting, bro. Like, you know what I mean? They staying active. They gonna be fresh. You know what I mean? When they talking about first quarters, they're fighting December. Like, bro, this the fight we wanted. Like, you know what I mean? This is boxing supremacy. Pound for pound for undisputed, two undefeated fucking champions, dog. For the lineal, like, come on, bro. Like, hell yeah, I'm gonna go, but I don't know. That ticket gonna be ridiculous, though.
If you look in Arrowland now they all rooting for Avenesian.
Yeah, I bet they is. I'm rooting for Avenesian too. You know what I mean? I hope he give him a good fight. You know what I mean? I'm thinking he's gonna get, bro. He gonna
4-5 rounds, maybe 6, maybe 6.
Yeah, I don't know. I got
5 rounds. His ass is gone. His ass is dust.
Yeah, he grass, bro. I got Bud, bro. Niggas already know, man. I got Bud. People still can be mad if they want to. You know what I mean? Me and Smoke, we chopped it up last night, and we got down to the bottom of it. But not Dustin, man. They said February next year they might have to move it back a couple more months.
And I got a call, Q. I got a dip.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm about to close it down because I gotta watch the football. Uh, but man, I appreciate everybody for sliding through. You know what I mean? Talking y'all shit, man. Who came through? UGC, fucking OG Shelton, Status, OG Ron, uh, fuck man, everybody that slid through this bitch came through, chop it up. Unique Don, you know what I mean? RJ, we got BJ, you got Teach come through here, Just Do Boxing, Hyphy, uh, man, so many more people came through. KD, all that, man. Appreciate y'all for sliding through. Support me on the live, man. And we gonna be back with another one probably tomorrow. Man. But we gone. Y'all know how we do it.